Yo, it's your boy DZ, man. You already know it's not about the setback, it's about the get back. Yeah. This woman went crazy. And we're gonna talk about this. She went real crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. This woman went crazy. Hold up. Yeah, she really went crazy. No cap. And I don't know what's wrong with some people, but this woman didn't have it all at all. You hear me? Like, I mean it. She didn't have it at all. Like, for real.
Dated at around 800 hours, Shanti Bryant was trying to help Giselle by giving her a bath. Kelsey Glover became violent, then struck and pushed Shanti Bryant while she attempted to aid Giselle Glover. Shanti Bryant went to call 911 to call for emergency services when Kelsey Glover approached her with a hammer and chased her into the bathroom with the hammer. With the hammer in Kelsey's hands, she told Shanti that she wanted to kill her. What is described next sounds absolutely terrifying. The affidavit continues. Shanti was scared for her life and locked herself in the master bathroom while Kelsey continued to strike the door with the hammer in the attempts to break the door to strike Shanti. Shanti was in fear and called 911 to get help. Shanti was also unsure if the hammer had struck her in the arm during the struggle. However, there were visible fresh cuts on her wrists and arms. Sheriff Lopez said the witnesses in the home said they tried to save Giselle Glover.
Witnesses also told deputies that they saw Miss Glover holding her 14-year-old daughter's head underwater in the bathtub, and they tried to stop her, but were not successful. Eventually, Miss Glover began attacking and chasing these witnesses around the house with a hammer, which led them to call also 911. The 14-year-old girl was transported to a hospital, but she was declared deceased shortly after arriving. At this time, we're still waiting on a report from the medical examiner's office, so we cannot confirm exactly how the girl passed away. But we're launching a full homicide investigation that will be concluded soon.
It's hard to find the words to describe how horrible this is. The people who were in the house must be so traumatized. And Giselle Glover died a horrific death. But take a look at this. Deputies led Kelsey Glover through a hallway, and she smiled. And she smiled broadly, a huge smile, as she was walked down the hallway in handcuffs. She knew her daughter Giselle was dead, and she was talking to a female deputy and laughing. As she made her way outside past throngs of media, photographers with cameras beaming her image back to TV stations live, she smiled.
She's sick.
And at times looked a little perplexed, but not overly concerned. I think it goes without saying that there's something wrong with this woman. She was supposed to appear in court on Thursday, but she didn't because of a medical issue. Right now, she faces 2 charges because of the alleged hammer attack on the woman who lived in her home. A homicide charge has not yet been filed in Giselle's death. The allegations being made against Kelsey Glover are so disturbing. I decided to search for her on truthfinder.com to see what I could find.
Yeah, she's off the hook. Hold up.
And that Giselle became so sick she was vomiting, not eating, and feeling weak. The motion for detention states, defendant put Gigi, that's Giselle, in the bathtub and grabbed her by the hair and held her underwater. The victim was able to remove Gigi from the water and began CPR. The defendant attempted to prevent the victim's efforts and pushed the victim out of the bathroom. The victim contacted law enforcement, and the defendant armed herself with a hammer and began to threaten the victim. Law enforcement observed several holes in the door that were consistent with the hammer striking the door. Gigi was transported to the hospital and was pronounced dead. The Osceola County Sheriff's Office is awaiting the findings of the autopsy, but reasonably expect to add the charge of first-degree murder for the death of the defendant's daughter, Gigi. And you might be wondering, does Kelsey Glover have a prior record?
The only domestic issue we have there is one against her actual husband or the children's father, where she battered him, he got an injunction against her, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, There's no other history.
She's crazy though.
Let's bring in Melba Pearson. She's a former prosecutor in Florida. Melba, this case, the allegations are just beyond the pale. Your thoughts, first of all, on the sheriff saying, look, this is a homicide investigation, but we don't yet know the cause of death. We have to investigate. It shouldn't take them that long, though, to determine that.
Yeah, that's correct. And first off, this is just a very, very tragic set of events. My initial gut reaction is that mental health may be involved because it seemed a very sudden escalation that wasn't really a history of domestic violence. There was a prior incident between the defendant and her partner, but there did not seem to be any violence directed towards the child. So, and also just hearing in the facts where she's chasing witnesses around with a hammer, to me, that all really speaks to a mental break. And so, or addiction. I'm, not quite sure. Again, we're going to have to see what the investigation reveals. But currently, the victim would be at the morgue about to go through an autopsy. And then at that point, law enforcement and prosecutors will have a better understanding as to the cause of death. But it's seeming to me that it likely would be either drowning or asphyxiation, if I had to guess at this juncture.
Woman's
most
crazy.
certainly seems like it would probably be drowning, since she was holding, according to the witnesses, her daughter Giselle underwater. The witnesses, I can't even imagine the trauma that they've endured. They're being chased around by this woman, Kelsey Glover, with a hammer. They're trying to stop her from holding her daughter underwater. They are going to be just traumatized for the rest of their lives. So the autopsy will determine the cause of death, and they should be able to do that fairly quickly. I mean, the final results will take some time because they always have to wait for the toxicology. You mentioned the mental health possibly being an
certified
issue.
crazy.
The sheriff said, and it's sad. We hear this
held
so many
her daughter's
times,
head underwater.
that there was no prior history of mental health
Crazy.
issues. This is a 35-year-old woman, and she is being perp walked out of the sheriff's office, being taken to the jail, and she's smiling and laughing
She was on
and
something.
chit-chatting with the deputies. I mean,
she was on
she
something.
knows her daughter is dead. She's been informed of that. She didn't appear in court on Thursday for her initial appearance because of a medical issue, is what they said. So there's obviously something wrong here with this woman.
She was on something.
Is wrong. It may be substance abuse. It may be mental health. It may be both. So how do we get to 35 years old? And if it is mental health, how come there's no history?
So it's definitely possible that she had never sought treatment in the past with regards to her mental health, or that she hadn't previously been diagnosed. Many times people may have strange reactions to things, but no one in their circle is really like, we need to get you to a doctor. We need to get you to treatment so we can understand what's happening here. Maybe family members blew it off as maybe she was being eccentric or under stress, or, many times people justify people's behaviors and don't necessarily go to the point of thinking this could be mental illness. So that's a possibility. And to your point earlier, oftentimes we will see people with mental health issues often using narcotics to self-medicate, because again, they're not necessarily getting the official treatment, as in, whatever it is, Wellbutrin, Prozac, whatever pharmaceutical treatments they could get from a doctor. They may be using heroin or cannabis or cocaine just to be able to balance the feelings that they're dealing with. And so that could be a possibility that it's both, in terms of what unfortunately set these tragic events in motion.
It is just absolutely horrific. And, it makes you wonder, too, if the medical issue that she was having on Thursday that prevented her from appearing in court had to do with her mental health. I mean, did something happen where she realized what happened? I mean, we don't know that. That's speculation on my part. But she is supposed to appear in court again. So it makes you wonder, does she realize what happened?
I mean, my first move, if I was the defense attorney in this case, would be to get her evaluated and figure out her competency. Because if she's not competent to stand trial, meaning that she doesn't understand the charges against her, she can't effectively participate in her own defense, this case can't move forward. And until she's competent, until she's restored to competency, she'll have to be at a hospital and be under regular observation and care. So that's possibly what could be happening. Also, she could be on suicide watch as well, because again, like you said, that realization of, oh my gosh, I just killed my child, when there
that's some other stuff.
hadn't seemed to be any police activity in terms of responding to the house, or there seems to be no indication of prior issues between her and her daughter. So again, for this to happen so suddenly, to me, still speaks of a mental break. So maybe if she realizes what occurred, that may drive her in a different direction. And now the corrections officers and medical personnel need to keep her on regular watch to make sure she doesn't harm herself. So that could be another thing that's at play here too as well.
Aunt Shante, the woman who was living with her, who, she's accused of chasing around with a hammer, she was living with them, helping take care of Giselle. So she was the one bathing Giselle when this took place, according to the affidavit. And, you would think that she would have some insight into whether there had been some issues in the past. And it said that she would take care of Giselle, give her medication, that type of thing. So this woman probably has a lot of insight into what's been going on in the home. She lived there for 2 years. So they're saying there's no mental health history. I mean, I guess no documented mental health history, but this woman is living in the home. You would think that she would know if anything really, really crazy had been going on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, it all depends on, if mental health is the issue here, what is the actual diagnosis? Is this something that's cyclical in terms of, maybe she'll have, she may decompensate for a while and then is able to, and decompensate would be the, I guess, legal word in terms of, losing competency for a temporary amount of time, and then is able to pull it back together. We don't know. And again, maybe these are folks that live in the home. They're not medical personnel. So they can only say, well, maybe she acts a little strangely, or she might act
lady was
very
crazy.
obsessive about certain things.
She was just crazy,
they don't
man.
equate that to mental illness. So, she may have just figured out a coping mechanism to be able to live in the household.
To drown your child,
the daughter was
you
being
crazy.
cared for and was being loved on some level. So I don't know. I'm going to be very curious to hear her testimony moving forward as to what really occurred in the house, and possibly if there were missed signals or missed symptoms of a deeper issue that could have been addressed previously. And then this could have...
Yeah, but in certain situations, people really don't be thinking that deep.
I mean,
when they have little in-house situations.
See a homicide
that's why I go take it to this extent.
Filed eventually. This is a homicide investigation. The sheriff said
she
they
went
wanted
crazy.
to take their time and do this right and give a good packet to the state attorney's office to file that charge. He's being careful. He's choosing his words carefully, but we know where this is going.
Yes, likely I could see second-degree murder charges being filed, because this does not scream of premeditation to me. This seems, again, to be some sort of break. And so it would likely be second-degree murder with relation to her daughter, and then aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in terms of the other witnesses present. Depending if there was any other kinds of injury, or... it could be escalated to maybe an attempted murder. It's going to depend on...
Man, the woman was crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. The woman was crazy, man. She was certified lunatic. She drowned her daughter, then went around the house trying to hit everybody with the hammer. She was crazy. Yeah, we can see that. Let me see. Yeah, man. Judge hand down. Life sentence.
Case of Commonwealth versus Tiffany Lucas.
Hold up. Judge hand down. Life sentence to mom who Murdered 2 sons. Yeah, this mom snap. No cap. This one snap. Hold up. Damn.
Via Vicentio, matter is before the court today.
Yeah, this mom snap.
Lead, barium, or lead antimony were found on the lips from item 17, Tiffany Lucas. Such particles are consistent with gunshot residue, but may also originate from other sources. Gunshot residue can be deposited on the hands by discharging a firearm.
Detective, is there any doubt in your mind that Tiffany Lucas was the person who shot Jaden Howard and Maurice Baker?
There's no doubt at all.
No further questions.
Mr. Lonensack or Mr. Via Vicentio?
Your Honor, we have no more questions for Detective Beal.
Is this witness free to be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome to stay in the courtroom or leave the courthouse. Please, Commonwealth, call next.
I don't believe I see Mr. Donnelly.
She
so
snapped
I
out
will,
too.
Proceed to call the victims at this point. I'd first like to call Regina Rowland.
Roland. Ma'am, would you please come forward to my right in the witness box over here? Watch your step as you step up inside of the witness box around the corner there. When you get up in the witness box, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony which you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a seat there in the black chair. Make yourself comfortable. Pull up to that microphone as close as you can, and please speak loudly for the question. Mr. Taylor.
Ms. Rowan, I understand you're very upset.
I
so
know
if
she
you need
going
some
through
time to
something, but
compose yourself.
Baby,
We'll
stop
allow
right
you to
now.
proceed.
Oh, God. They got the camera on her right now, man. They could have took the camera
Ms.
off her
Rowan,
for a
you
second.
are Jaden's grandmother, is that correct?
Yes.
And would you like to address the court with your victim impact statement?
Yes.
When you're ready, go ahead.
She's sick.
You know we love Jaden and Maurice. You know Jaden was the only thing we had left. And you took him from us. You know I had already lost his dad. And then my other son. And then you took Jaden. You have ripped our lives apart. And you know that you could have gave them kids to us and we would have took care of them. But you have been selfish. My heart is in pieces.
That's crazy.
And you know that you have always had a place to drop them off. You took him from me, and I hurt every day. Every second of the day, I hurt. And I hope they give you 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole. I want you to suffer just like I'm suffering right now.
She's sick.
They did not deserve that. You took my little man from me. And we all love him so much, Jaden and Maurice. Oh, I remember the time he called me, Nana, and told me he loved me. And it took him forever to cuddle with me. But Jaden is our blood. Oh God, oh Lord, give me strength. You have hurt so many people, Tiffany. Jane had cousins that
She didn't want the kids no more. She didn't want nobody to have them. She killed the
With a
kids.
teddy bear and a picture of Jane every night.
Some moms be stressing though.
She just knows, she knows. She done ripped us apart.
Mr. Taylor, any additional
Damn, to
questions?
kill your own kids.
Any questions
God.
from the defense?
No, you're right.
Kill
This
them?
witness free to be excused.
That's some other stuff right there.
Thank you, ma'am. You're welcome to have a seat back in the courtroom or leave the courthouse. Who does the Commonwealth call next?
Call Bobby Baker.
Ms. Baker, would you please go around the witness box, right up this way, around over here. Watch your step as you step up inside the witness box. When you're inside, please turn around, face me, and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony which you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a seat in that chair. Make yourself comfortable, but pull up to that microphone and speak loudly when questioned. Mr. Taylor?
Wow.
Ms. Baker, what is
That's
your
what I'm thinking.
relationship to the victims in
But
this case?
nah, I don't think she was getting back at the father. She just didn't want the family that had a kid. I think the father was dead.
I understand. Would you please?
Yeah, she didn't care at all though.
Tiffany, on November 8th, 2023, you changed the lives of two beautiful boys. You broke my brother's heart, my heart, and the heart of anyone who have encountered them. Jaden and Maurice didn't see you for who you really are. They loved you so much, but at the end of the day, you became what children their age fear the most, a monster. Not for 1 minute do I believe, like you said, you were in a hard spot. You had support in so many ways that you could have used. Like I often told you when we spoke, being a good mom is also making the decision that you can't give the boys the best life and allowing another parent to step in. But you refused to do so selfishly because it wouldn't align with what social media saw. Instead,
Oh, we hearing it now.
Inside the boy's face. I often see these court shows where the defendants are forgiven by the victim's family, but not today.
We
Not
hearing
by
it
me.
now.
I will never forgive you. I struggle and often wonder what else kind of pain did they endure at the hands of you before you ultimately took their life. Part of this statement I was gonna write, I hope every day you close your eyes that they haunt you, but I don't. You don't deserve to see them, and they shouldn't see you. If he decides to give you any kind of leniency today and grant you parole at some point, bitch, I'll be there at every parole hearing. Do you hear me? I'll be there at every parole hearing.
Hold on, ma'am.
Ms. Baker, just a moment.
Hold on. They may have more questions.
I have no further questions. Your
Any
Honor.
questions from the defense?
No, you're not.
Then you can go ahead and leave now. Thank you. Mr. Taylor, who was
That was a sister.
Naomi Crawford.
Killed the kids, man. Killed their own kids. I don't know if the dad is dead. The mom said her kids had died, the grandmom, because the grandmom spoke before then, but I don't know if the dad might be still alive.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony which you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank
She
you.
went
Please
crazy
sit
though.
in the chair, pull up to that black microphone as closely as you can, and speak loudly when questioned. Ms. Taylor, Mr. Taylor?
And Ms. Crawford, what's your relationship to the victims in this case? Maurice?
Yes.
And what would you like to tell the court?
I just want to tell the court and mainly Tiffany that you took away our chance to have a relationship with my nephew. When my brother calls me, I wonder how he's doing, and I answer the phone so quick because I hope he's okay. Because I remember how you broke him. So at 12:30 at night when he calls me, If I don't answer that phone, if I don't see that phone call, I'm in such agony.
Okay.
Because I wonder, is he okay?
The
Do
brother's
he
still
need me?
alive.
That's my answer to him. His son is gone. You can never bring him back.
But she killed both of her
There is
kids, so I
nothing
guess
in
one
no
of the
amount
kids
time
was related to
that
them.
this court could give you that is fair. Life expectancy is about 70 years. You took 60 from them. Anything less than 60 for both of them or each of them is not even enough.
I have no further questions.
Any questions from the defense?
No, no.
Thank you, ma'am. Is she free to be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may either go back in your seat or leave the courtroom.
She could have dropped the kids off at the hospital.
I'll call next.
Woman went crazy. There's some crazy women out there. Whew. She just killed both of her kids. Could have dropped them off at the hospital.
Rayleigh?
Ready.
Ray.
But like she said,
Please come up.
she was worried about social media. You know, a lot of these joints be worried about how they gonna be portrayed on social media, and she went crazy. Not even like thinking, come on, man, killed your kids.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. You can have a seat there, make yourself comfortable, but pull up that black microphone and speak loudly when questioned. Mr. Taylor, whenever you are ready, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. For the record, her last name is Reddy, R-E-A-D-Y.
R.
R-E-A-D-Y.
Ready. Okay, thank you.
Ready, like
Ready.
ready to go.
Ready. Thank you.
Yeah, they giving these
And Miss Reddy, what's your relationship to the victims?
the impact statement.
And which young man?
Reese, Maurice.
And what would you like to tell the court?
Actually, I wrote something out that I would like to read.
Sure.
My heart's racing. First, I would like to say thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Second, I would like to say it was really hard to even gather the words or just sit down and write. I couldn't even write it. I had to, literally was driving in my car, which is bad, it's a distraction, and talk, text it. And first, like I said, I would like to thank you, Judge, for allowing us the opportunity to express.
It's like your mind going. Her
Just
mind
could
got to
not
be gone.
describe.
Ain't no coming back from
This
this.
last year has been an emotional roller coaster for my whole family and
Yeah.
for the community. Most of all, my brother. I simply can't fathom what he must think or how he must feel waking up every day, trying to put the pieces of your life back together. After
Hey, you can't put them
suffering
pieces back together.
such a loss and a tragedy. It's difficult to even mouth the words that my nephew was killed, that he was murdered. He was murdered by someone that was supposed to be a protector, to love him unconditionally. Personally, I've suffered from anxiety this last year with just the thoughts of what
Nah, she don't care at all.
leading up to that. I don't
It's like
believe
her-
that this was an isolated incident.
Her whatever inside of her left.
Where they were being, that there weren't other things going on that they were dealing with.
Crazy.
Again, I suffered anxiety with just the thoughts of what he must have felt, the things he may have experienced leading up to the death, if only walls could talk. As I mentioned, I'm being treated for anxiety. I'm seeing a therapist. It's difficult to close my eyes at night. I didn't get much sleep last night. Some days I've had trouble getting out of bed. Just to,
Oh man, well we all right. We can see somebody else.
Take your time.
especially like with me dealing with other problems, and then this, it's just like everything is just so hard to process right now. I'm shaking trying to talk, especially like just sitting here in front of her, seeing her. It's hard. And waking up like every morning and realizing what's really happened, that it's true, and that it's no bringing them back is really hard to deal with.
Yeah,
Anything else you'd like to say?
it's deep. She was sick, man.
So, you don't deserve a tombstone. You don't deserve to be remembered. But since that isn't an option, I hope the judge takes your freedom and never, ever gives it back. I hope he doesn't fail the boys like the system has this far. We wouldn't.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Any questions from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ma'am, you're free to leave the witness box. You can remain in the courtroom or leave the courtroom. Who does the Commonwealth call next?
Commonwealth calls Brian Donnelly.
Mr. Donnelly, will you please come forward, sir? Mr. Donnelly, if you'll go to the witness box, what's your...
Hold on, let me see here.
We've come before the court today to address the open issue of sentencing and ask the court to consider fully the circumstances of the case and determine a just,
Who, the lady that was
fair,
on the stand?
and reasonable outcome. At the end of today's argument, we're going to ask the court to consider a sentence of 35 years in prison. Now, before I get through the rest of our
35.
materials, Your Honor, we have prepared a short video highlighting Mrs. Lucas's behavior on November 7th and 8th that we think highlights her mental health crisis.
They asking for 35 ball. And she done killed their kids. She snapped. I guess this is the day. He say leading up to this stuff. Okay, she's bugging out with this dog. Okay, yeah. She was nice. Yeah, she was nice. Alright. This lady's bugging out with this dog, though. I'm trying to figure out what she's doing with this damn dog that they talking about. Is this when this happened? Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to figure if she bugging out with the dog after this happened. Okay, she was talking to somebody, to the neighbor. Yeah, she... It's her with the kids. She in there looking at with the kids. She done killed these kids, man. Sick. Crazy. And I can tell you right where they at. They in Waffle House. Wow. So she went to Waffle House before she killed the kids. Crazy. He said she was looking back like somebody was, I guess, following her. He said, wow. Had to be a demon. Had to be. Damn. Yeah, that's deep. They didn't even know that their mom was gonna be the one to just take them out at 10 years old. I think they was 10 years old, man. Sad. I know all the family in there watching it like sick. This is the last moments of the kids' lives. Wow. Hold on, something happened.
Who's this? Is she okay? Where's the kids? Okay. She's a ball. I have to pay her.
She snapped out.
I got one female on the tank. No.
Snap.
Are you injured?
Wow.
No, are you injured? She's not injured. What you got going on? Nothing. I think she just shot kids. She's good. Don't do the kids. She's good. She got nothing on her. I'll check it with her. I'll get up for something comes up.
Crazy. Crazy.
You want to stay right? Because I've already trained next door. That's the mom. So, can you tell me what happened, man? Stand right there. I get on my truck, turn around. So we go on the road. So my kids are down in there. So I just went in there and found something like that.
Crazy.
Where's the gun at? It's still in there. It's laying there. The shell. I didn't touch the gun. Okay.
Took the kids out the Waffle House and then came back home and killed him. Crazy.
Earrings? You what? You shot yourself in the ear. Which ear? I don't see anything. There's nothing there. Okay. Where are you?
I know she was trying to take herself out, so she shot herself in the ear. Yeah, she's.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a 10-minute.
Yeah, she snapped all the way out. Let me see if this is the dad right here.
Step as you step up into the witness box.
This might be the dad right here.
Raise your right hand facing. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a seat in the chair. Make yourself comfortable. Pull up to that mic.
Yeah, this got to be the dad.
State your name for the record, please.
Maurice Baker.
And what is your relationship to the young man who was murdered, Maurice?
This is my son.
And would you like to tell the court how this has affected you?
It affected me in so many ways, kind of hard for me to explain.
Sheesh.
Especially due to the fact, ever since my son was born, I begged Tiffany for my son on so many different occasions because of drug use, the prostitution that she did, and the other ways she had him in a harmful situation. I didn't just lose Maurice November the 8th. I lost my son really the day he was born, because ever since he was born, she held my son over my head. I begged her so many times to keep him out of harmful situations. Yeah, I cursed her. I threatened her. I did a lot. But only on behalf of my son. I begged her. She knew it. It's simple drug abuse. It's
Crazy.
manipulation. I called around. There's not nobody.
You know, because the court side with the women. You know that.
That haven't heard about me.
You know that's why they ain't doing it.
And wondering what was going on with him. She kept him from me for a year straight. So many birthdays he missed. I have a party planned. She never let him come. I begged her. The last message, the last time I texted her, I asked her, please, can I just talk to my son? She ignored me.
Crazy.
I reached every day I reached out to her that I couldn't see my son. I'm asked to let the court give her the maximum punishment. I'll never see my son again. Jaden's family will never see them again. Anything less than the maximum punishment for her doing this to them will be unjust. They don't have a second chance. She chose to take drugs, put them in that situation. It was people begging for those kids, not just me as a father. It's aunties, cousins, her family members. Of course she had a breakdown. Methamphetamine does that. Opiates does that. You took the choice to do those drugs. I've been in prison before. I took in for the consequence. Choices I made, I suffer consequences. She needs consequence. She's always been able to manipulate. I want the judge to see her for what she is. She's a monster. I got phone records and I have a phone with me begging her to see my son. It wasn't a time that she couldn't have dropped my son off and gave him to me. She could have called me.
I don't want her to be able to manipulate once again. You know what you are. I'm pretty sure if it's phone conversation for the jail, they know what you are. You chose to prostitute. You chose to do drugs. You hallucinated and killed them boys for no reason. Those two good kids. You don't deserve public defenders. You don't deserve sheriffs around you.
That's all I got to say.
Any questions, Mr. Perry?
Wow.
Any questions from the defense?
Briefly.
Hold on.
Wow.
Hold on, sir.
Mr. Baker? Mr. Baker?
Yeah, don't push the button. There you go.
I am truly sorry for your loss, and I hope you know that I mean that. I do need to ask some follow-up questions about some things that you just testified to.
Yeah.
As part of this case, we received discovery from the Commonwealth. They took the contents of Tiffany's phone, in which there were text messages and screenshots of text messages. You testified that you had previously threatened Tiffany, correct?
Yep.
Do you recall sending the following text message?
This is
Bitch,
their
I'm gonna kill your
concern.
Son, fuck you. You think shit's a game like you forgot who I am. I'm Reese, bitch. And if you think I was fucked up to you before, just imagine what I'm gonna do now since I can't see my son. I'm rich, you broke ass loser bitch. You will never see your kids again.
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I have hope. Tiffany has a good way to manipulate. You being her lawyer, I can see you
Your Honor.
sending the text
Hold
message.
on, Mr. Baker. Hold on one second.
Yes, sir.
Oh, shucky
I
duck.
believe that's outside the scope of questions.
Mr. Taylor, any questions?
No questions.
Mr. Baker, thank you very much, sir. If you would, please have a seat back in the courtroom where you were seated. Just walk in front of the podium here and around on this side, over here. Thank you. All right, does the defense wish to call any witnesses in response to that testimony? No, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else in closing then from the defense?
Nothing further.
Commonwealth's closing, Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
That might She's playing like she hallucinated and killed the kids.
Facts. On November 8th, 2023, Tiffany Lucas committed an unspeakably brutal crime. The lives of Maurice and Jaden, two innocent little boys, were heartlessly taken by the person who should have been loving them and protecting them, their mother. In the space of a few terrible moments, the promising futures of Maurice and Jaden were forever snuffed out. And this horrible crime shattered the lives of the boys' family and friends, who have all been robbed, as you've heard today, of the opportunities to celebrate Christmas, celebrate birthdays, and the joy of watching Jaden and Maurice grow up. And there are young children in this family that were particularly protected. You heard that some of them cry themselves to sleep at night.
I'm trying to see what the judge.
To 2 counts of murder that involves the intentional taking of a life. Now, the court has considered mitigating conditions and aggravating circumstances as argued by the parties. The court has considered the contents of the file as well as recent filings that detail the defendant's position. The court will note that the defendant's act of killing were intentional and resulted in multiple deaths.
She definitely did that
In particular,
intentionally.
2 children under 12 years of age. The law of this Commonwealth is clear. The statutory penalty for each of these counts is 20 to 50 years or life in prison. Mr. Donnelly has testified as to parole eligibility. Now, what I will say is this. Kentucky's method of incarceration for felony offenses is what's referred to as indeterminate sentencing. It can be somewhat difficult to follow if you don't deal with it every day. But ultimately, the court has to assume that the components of the judicial system, which includes the executive branch's parole board, will be followed to the law. So the duties and responsibilities of that board and what they do are to be determined by that board. This court has to assume they will do what is just and appropriate. What I have struggled with through this hearing today is a mother is more than the giving of life. It is providing food, clothing, shelter, but more importantly, love and security. I cannot imagine the sheer horror these children must have experienced seeing their mother with a gun. The sheer horror that second child had as he heard the discharge of that weapon for the first child. And maybe even both of them seeing their mother pull the trigger, taking their life. At this time, the court will state for the record, the court has considered the probation pre-sentence report, arguments of counsel, the contents of the file, and no sufficient reason having been shown why judgment not be pronounced and sentence imposed. In case number 23 CR 404, Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Tiffany Lucas, as to count 1, the court will adjudge the defendant guilty of the offense of murder and fix her sentence at life in prison.
Woo!
On count 2, the court will adjudge the defendant guilty of the offense of murder and fix her sentence at life in prison.
Gave her 2 life sentences.
This time, the court will order that the Sheriff's Department deliver the defendant to the custody of the Corrections Cabinet for service of her sentence of imprisonment. That's all for today. Court will be adjourned.
Gave her the elbow. Hey. She killed the kids, man. She killed the kids, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she snapped with this one, man. She killed the kids, man. Ah. Hey. She gotta live with that every day. What's this here? Yeah, she gotta live with that every day, man. Yeah, that ain't gonna go away. I was trying to see here. Yeah, that ain't gonna go away. Yeah, that ain't going away. Hold on, let me see here. What they say? Hold up.
When the story first broke, you're trying to figure, what happened here? Was it some sort of fight? Was it some sort of jealous rage? And now we understand that they believe is a madman, psychotic killer who did this. I want to read from the affidavit from the case. This is the statement
she ain't show
of
no
Brett
emotions at
Haynes
all.
from the Moscow Police Department, and provides some important information here. Both Gonzalez and Mogan were deceased with visible stab wounds. I also later noticed what appeared to be a tan leather knife sheath laying on the bed next to Mogan's right side. That's Maddie's right side. The Idaho State Lab later located a single source of male DNA, suspect profile, left on the button snap of the knife sheath. Now, I have with me right now the same type of knife. This is a K-bar, and this is the little snap button right here on top. So if you have the knife, this is how you would release the knife. You've got to snap this open. And this is where they say they found the DNA, right on this very small little snap. That was it. Now, the knife sheath, I can't imagine that it was left there on purpose. It has a loop on it, so would you put it around your belt normally?
He said he bought the K-bar on Amazon.
Was this done on purpose? some sick way that he wanted
And
to
the coveralls.
perhaps get caught? I don't know.
Oh man.
But this is the
And the
crucial
coveralls.
piece of evidence, the DNA left on the snap button on this knife sheath. Now, the knife has never been found. It was just the sheath that holds the knife that they believe is, in fact, the murder weapon in this case. So,
Oh, yeah, he
that brings
tripped
us to
out.
our first question in this investigation. How was the suspected killer linked to the knife sheath? Right? You've got the DNA from the knife sheath, but how do you connect that to the suspect? Joining me to help us work through all of this,
Yeah, he in
former
trouble. They
homicide
had a
detective
receipt.
and host of the Interview Room with Chris McDonough. Chris McDonough is with us. And
But I
also
thought they was
joining
talking
us,
about throwing
laboratory
something out in
director
there.
for Pure Gold Forensics. She has more than 20 years of experience in DNA analysis, forensic DNA expert, Susanna Ryan. Great to have both of you here. Let me give you one more piece of information that I think is crucial here. Again, from the affidavit. On December 27th, 2022, so a little more than a month after the quadruple murders, Pennsylvania agents recovered the trash from the Koberger family residence located in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. A DNA profile obtained from the trash and the DNA profile obtained from the knife sheath identified a male as not being excluded as the biological father of the suspect profile.
Oh, snap.
At least
He said
99.999%
his alibi is he was
of the male
out looking at
population
stars
would be
on cloud
expected
night.
to be excluded from the possibility of being the
Hold up.
suspect's
He didn't say that, did he?
biological
He was throwing trash.
father.
And the neighbor's
All right,
trash
Chris
too.
McDonough, I'm going to begin with
Okay.
you. In
But he
the
was out
collection
really
of this
looking at
trash
stars
and how an operation like that works
on a cloudy
and
night.
what are some of the obstacles involved with that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, if it's trash
On a cloudy night.
then it's considered under the law abandoned property. So
Yeah, he
anybody
matched
could just go
one
up and
in a
grab it anytime.
octillion.
That's what the feds did.
Damn.
They were on a surveillance up there in Pennsylvania watching the house because they had additional information
One in a
from the
octillion.
lab that says, hey, we may have some DNA material and it's pointing this way. And so they set up on that house and grabbed that trash when they had the opportunity.
All right, Susanna Ryan, let's talk about the process now of going from a piece of trash to making a match. Physically, what has to be done here?
Right. So when we get items from a
November
trash hole,
13th.
the problem is we don't know who has touched or contacted those items. And so one of the things that we need to do is just start testing multiple items. And in this case, I'm sure that the hope was that they would get a direct match to Brian Koberger, but the next best thing was a match to
He said
someone
there's only
that could not
6
be
billion
excluded as
on the
his
planet.
biological father.
So when you're examining trash, like in a lot of these DNA cases that we have, we're always
He
talking
said
about
it.
bodily
Oh, yeah,
fluids.
'cause he's on a
If it's
one
if
match
it's a
out of an
rape case, we know
octillion.
where the DNA is going to come from.
He said there's
If
only
it's
6
a
billion on
case
the planet.
involving
Okay, yeah, he's
blood,
being
it's
sarcastic.
obvious, right? A blood stain. But if you're going through trash, how do you find or try to extract DNA from trash?
Right, right.
Yeah.
So the best thing,
You know, they got
could be
them
something
investigators,
like
ain't
a
no
water
joke.
bottle, some sort of drink container, where we do have an expectation of seeing the perpetrator or the suspect leaving their DNA through saliva on that item. But you know, I've had some pretty interesting items that I've tested. Medical devices and Band-Aids and just anything where someone, you had a reasonable expectation that your person of interest contacted it, that they were the only one that touched it, that they themselves maybe
He
licked
snapped
a
out, though, if he
stamp
did
or
that.
envelope or something like that, where you're hoping to get
If
that
he did this,
person's
he snapped out with this.
DNA to do a direct comparison. And again, I have had cases like this where we've had to do basically what we
He
call
said it's
a
weird.
reverse paternity.
He said he
So
was
we have this DNA on
the same part
the
Ted
item
Bundy
of
killed
evidence.
the girl.
It's unknown. We don't know whose it is. Now we get someone else's
And
DNA
he might have got
from
that
a
feeling.
trash pull, and it's an exclusion.
He might have got
We know
that
it's not
feeling,
that
man.
person, but we can tell through the DNA analysis that there's a close match. And so in this case, probably was the father.
Are you
Wow.
shocked they were able to extract DNA from something like this, a snap button on a knife sheath, Susanna?
Not at all. We do it every day. It's pretty
Yeah, I
amazing
bet.
the things
'Cause
that
they
we
looking
get
where you
DNA
gonna touch
from when
at.
you consider that people are
bet.
constantly leaving their DNA behind. Just being, physically being in a location, you're leaving your DNA behind. So nowadays we can get DNA from a couple of cells worth of DNA. That's all we need.
Chris, I want to.
Okay, so they think he only had one person in mind,
Defense filing. We're learning a little
but
bit more
didn't
about
count
what
the other.
happened.
But
And
on the 3
I wanna
others
get your
being there.
reaction, as homicide investigator. On December 30th, 2022, 1:14 a.m., Pennsylvania SWAT raided the suspect's parents' home. During the raid, law enforcement broke the front door of the home, shattered the sliding glass door of the basement, and held the entire family at gunpoint, and then seized the defendant. That's when they're making the arrest on December 30th. Then at 4 a.m., Pennsylvania State Police filed a criminal complaint against the suspect. Agents searched his person, took his fingerprints, pictures of his body, and a DNA swab was taken from him. So, Chris, are you shocked at the way the arrest went down at 1:14 a.m.? The defense is complaining about this, smashing, holding him at gunpoint. What are your thoughts about the way that went down?
He said people ask
Not at
how
all,
he
Vinny.
can
I mean,
kill
he's lucky to have a
4
front
in
door.
13 minutes, but
Based on the totality
we
of the
think they were all
circumstances
drunk.
here, officer safety is going to be at the top of that, pile.
Yes.
So they don't know
This
what
is
they're
a
dealing
crazy
with.
situation because
they obviously
they're
feel
trying
that
to
he
put
was
these
a
pieces
top
together, but
priority
they like
suspect.
really don't know
At that
exact,
point,
but they have
didn't
him
know if he
connected
was
to this
armed, if he
though.
was going to be armed inside of his house or his parents' house there. So quite frankly, the fact that they came through the front door, I've been on arrest warrants where the SWAT guys go in and they literally just hook a chain to the front door and pull it off the hinges, and then they go in with a flashbang and they take everybody to the ground. So I think this was quite reasonable, to be honest with you.
All right, Susanna, so after they make that arrest, they do the swab of the suspect, and they say they have matched it. Looking at the way the DNA was gathered in this case, from the
He
snap,
said they tore the
from
house
the
down.
swab, from
Yes,
the
they
garbage, do you
did.
see
Yeah.
any potential
Them
problems
4 murders
for prosecutors in this case
tore the whole
related
county
to the
up.
DNA? Because I think we all agree,
Yeah,
if this
I
stuff
did see
stands
that
up,
they
this
tore
is
the
the
whole
most
house down.
compelling evidence linking this defendant to the crime scene.
So assuming that the testing was done properly, then I don't think there's an issue necessarily with the fact that the DNA is consistent with Kohberger. I would say my issue would be, well, this is a movable object. So yes, maybe his DNA is present on this item, but that doesn't necessarily automatically correlate to him having committed the murders, right? So I think it's an important piece of evidence. But to me, I think that some of the other circumstantial evidence is going to help bolster this physical evidence, because they don't seem to have Kohberger's DNA, directly on the victim's body, or a blood stain, or a fingerprint in that house. They have this, but the argument could be made that that knife sheath was left there by someone else, by the true killer.
Oh, I'm sure we will hear that. Big thanks to Susanna Ryan, Chris McDonough, thanks as well. Coming up next, does the death penalty make this case easier or more difficult?
He went.
Okay. So they trying to consider the death penalty for bro, huh? Okay. Let's see how that work out. Hold on, let me get that back where I had that at. Kohberger snap. If he did it. Kohberger did it, he snapped.
Waiting for justice, but stopping and turning around in front of 500 Queen Road, number 52, and then driving back westbound on King
said,
Road.
but all the evidence
When
adds
suspect
up, huh?
vehicle 1 is in front of the King Road residence, it appeared to unsuccessfully attempt to park or turn around in the road. The vehicle then continued to the intersection of Queen and King Road, where it can be seen completing a 3-point turn and then driving eastbound again down Queen Road, a K-turn. I want you to take a look at this map.
Yeah, I
Gray
did
Hughes,
know that he was
guest
a
we've had
criminal
on
justice
many times
major
here
and
from
a
Gray Hughes
teacher.
Investigates, believes this
So
surveillance
he tried
camera
to, I guess, keep his
up the suspect
trail
vehicle
covered,
turning
but
around in front of 500 Queen
you know,
Road,
it's something like that. They
number
find something to
52,
connect to you.
and then driving back westbound on King Road. Here he is explaining the significance and the timeline here of all of these surveillance videos and action of the suspect vehicle.
And look what time it is, 4:07 and 41 seconds or so. I think he parked at 4:08, all right? And then at 4:08,
They go
probably
find that
exits the
stuff,
vehicle
don't they?
sometime after that.
They
and then
found an
4:20 leaves
ID
at a high
from
rate of
someone
speed.
in his apartment. Oh, man.
Okay, so now when you put together the
I
timing
ain't know
here
that.
of when the suspect vehicle
Yeah, I ain't
shows
know
up
that.
and when it leaves at a high rate of speed at 4:20, this is about a 14
Yeah, I ain't know that,
minute
though.
window of time
Yeah, they did
to
that.
commit the murders,
Yeah, he in trouble.
according to the prosecution theory, right? So you have the car showing up, doing these turnarounds, and then showing up, and you have this window of time. So let's go through that window of time, and it brings me to my next question, which is, once that suspect car arrives, where did the killer go? There's the house that no longer stands there, but where did the killer go from the outside to the inside and then moving within that home?
He said, I
Joining
think
me,
it
former
might be
homicide
from
detective, host of the Interview Room
Lavin
with Chris
College
McDonough.
to
Chris
get
McDonough
cleaning
is with us,
supplies.
and private investigator with more than 20 years of experience. Even though he looks young, he's experienced, folks. Jason Jensen is with us as well. Let me ask you this. What are your theories here on how the suspect got into the house? Chris.
Yes, here it is.
Well, Vinny, I've stood behind that house, and you've, as a great trial lawyer and prosecutor that you have been and are. I mean, I've been in this business since 1982, and I thought, okay, this guy sat behind this house, and then he slipped through that slider into that entrance, and we can get into what I believe happened in a couple of minutes here, but I think he spent a lot of time prior to even going in that house doing his homework outside, and also, I believe, peeping into that home. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner of that building that you just showed, there is a cylinder, concrete cylinder block. I've been talking about that cylinder block for quite some time, right there by the barbecue. You can see it at the bottom. I believe that was a perch of some sort, and that looks directly into one of the girls' room.
Wow. Jason Jensen, what are your thoughts here on how he got into the home? Do you agree that slider?
Yes, it really does appear that the entryway was through the kitchen sliding glass door, and he moved across that floor, which is the second floor, oddly enough. From the backside, it enters into the second floor of the residence, and then he just goes up a single flight of stairs to the upper floor, the third floor, where Maddie Mogan had her bedroom, and that's really where the initial assault occurred. So clearly
Everybody in the house.
the route I believe
Snap.
that Koberger took.
Yeah, and it's very, it make common sense too, because when you go up behind the house and you go down that hill just a little bit, that's the level that you can get to. Let me put up some more from the affidavit, and then I'll get your full theories on what happened inside. This is from the affidavit. Dylan, known as DM, Dylan, the surviving roommate, stated she was awoken at approximately 4 a.m. by what she stated sounded like Kaylee Gonzalez playing with her dog in one of the upstairs bedrooms. A short time later, Dylan said she heard who she thought was Gonzalez say something to the effect of, "There's someone here." Dylan stated she opened her door a second time when she heard what she thought was crying coming from Xana's room. Dylan then said she heard a male voice say something to the effect of,
roommates saw him
"It's
leave out
okay,
the door.
I'm going to help you." Dylan stated she opened her door for a third time after she heard the crying and saw the figure clad in black clothing and a mask that covered the person's mouth and nose walking towards her. The male walked past Dylan as she stood in a frozen shock phase. The male walked towards the back sliding glass door. This leads
Whoa.
investigators to believe that the murderer left the
They found
scene.
dog hair in his house too.
Let's take a look at the floor
Damn.
plan. If you take a look here on what
They
Dylan
found
saw,
dog
Kaylee
hair
and
in his
Maddie
house,
are in
too?
Maddie's room on the 3rd floor.
Oh man, yeah.
Dylan is on the
you
second
know a lot.
floor when she hears sounds
Kohlberger
coming from
might
the
be
3rd
in
floor
trouble.
above her. A male figure dressed in black comes from the 3rd floor past Dylan's room. Dylan hears sounds from Xana's room. "It's okay, I'm going to help you." Dylan sees that male figure clad in black pass her and walk towards the sliding glass door, and you can see on that floor plan. Okay, time for you to lay out what you think happened. Jason, let me go to you first so you can continue with what you believe happened inside that home.
Well, I believe at that moment,
said he may
when
have a
came
dog.
down the stairs, he encountered Xana's boyfriend, Ethan
Check out the
Chapin,
PCA, okay.
and so he had to engage and neutralize him if he was
Yeah,
going to
I
make
gotta
his
check that
getaway.
out.
Next thing you know, that's when DM overhears Xana have a conversation with this perpetrator, and she's crying, and he says, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." It all transpires as he's on his way out the door. That's when DM sees him in the main common area of the home as he's walking towards the back sliding glass door, his entryway. So he's making his escape through the same door that he entered.
Chris McDonough, what are your thoughts, and who do you believe is the voice behind "It's going to be okay"?
I agree with everything that was just said, and I think it could be obviously the perpetrator trying to lower the fear within his victim. However, in this particular case, we have to always remember that this guy had fantasized about this evening for quite some time, long before he entered that house. And I don't think he expected Ethan to be there. And I do believe as he came down from the 3rd floor into the 2nd floor, that he took care of him first, and that it was a brutal fight. And then, of course, the other young lady there, Xana, I think he was trying to, calm her a little bit. But that, obviously that was impossible because of the fear factor going on here and the shock of probably witnessing her boyfriend being murdered right in front of her. And then I think he was out of gas going down, on the 2nd floor, headed towards the back door. And that's probably why the other victim survived.
Yeah, that's a part that has always stuck with me, Jason, is the fact that DM Dylan, the surviving roommate, seems to be able to sort of see his face, describes those bushy eyebrows, yet he passes her by amazingly. I don't even know if she realized what had happened, what she was witnessing.
Right, and it may be a simple explanation that because it was late at night and the lights were out, maybe Kohlberger did not see Dylan looking through a cracked open door. Otherwise, if he had, maybe
Kohlberger snapped out. If he did that, he snapped all the way out. Whoa. Yeah, if Kohlberger did that, he snapped all the way out, man. Let's say, cheating man murders family after fiancé catfishes him. Damn, hold on. Let me see what happened there. Hold on.
Hello. Hi, Irma Linda. My name is Detective Garcia.
Hello.
From the Romeo Police Department. This is Detective Wagner.
Hello.
Hold on.
I know you know what's going on and why you were here. Okay? I know you were talking on the phone with your husband right now.
Husband
Okay.
or boyfriend?
It's just a boyfriend.
Okay. Does he live here with you? How long have you guys been together?
2015.
Okay. We're investigating a murder. Okay?
Who murdered someone?
So, we have in our possession some phones, okay? And in those phones, we're doing what it's called a phone dump. So what happens is if anybody's talking on a text app that you can download, for example, Text Now, we can retrieve those messages.
Okay.
We have retrieved those messages, all right? We've read them. They're pretty clear that somebody's pretty upset at the victim, okay? Is there any way that these text messages are going to come back to you? Or your name, or your phone, or anything associated with that? Okay.
So we'd like to speak with you without him present. Are you okay with that?
Sure, do you want me to walk away?
Wherever you're comfortable.
Wherever you're comfortable, right?
Well, the dogs are all around, so...
Oh yeah, but we're out front of the house in the backyard, right? I'm not saying go out. I'm not saying go in the house, but we can talk with you out over here. If you're okay with that, we can go over by my car if you'd like.
Let me get my jacket.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
This is Irma Linda Palomo. She lives in Streamwood, Illinois with her fiancé, Nathaniel Huey Jr. It's September 18th, 2023, and Romeoville police are trying to get more information from Irma Linda about Nathaniel.
Okay. Yeah. No, you can have a seat in the front, passenger.
It's all right.
I don't want him to come out. Ermalina, do you mind if we drive down the street? If he comes out, he's probably going to tell you to go back inside. Are you going to do that, or what do you want to do?
Well, you guys obviously have me. You can't really say much, right?
Well, it's what we want to talk to you alone, separate from him. That's what we're trying to
make sure that you're safe.
Okay, can we go by the park?
Sure.
Yeah. Down that way? Okay.
She ready to tell everything now.
Just gotta document my
She ready to tell everything.
Okay.
She gonna tell it all.
Just tell me where we're going. You want to text?
Yeah.
Pray.
It's all right.
It's not all right.
I'm saying it's okay if you cry.
Our side just keeps moving. You want to touch it? Yes.
So this is, do you want to go to the Streamwood Police Department? Isn't that down the street or no? Would you rather just...
Just right here by the park. Can you do a U-turn park in front of the park?
Okay. Or Sunnydale?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Sunnydale and Surrey Drive.
Of course they gotta read her rights, but she's wanting to talk though, and we can see that now. She's ready to talk.
How long have you known Huey?
Since probably 2015.
Okay. Why are you scared of him?
Oh, I'm not scared. Well,
Okay. Why are you scared right now?
because when I called him, because I was scared, I didn't know where he was.
Okay.
He said, someone's following me.
Okay.
So I called, and then I heard him say, why are you following me? Do you want to search the car? And then someone said to him, there are messages from you, and it's because her husband found out you were having an affair. And I didn't know that.
You didn't know what?
That he was having an affair.
Okay.
When did you find that out? Right now?
No.
Okay. When's the last time that he had an affair? Because I know this is not the first time.
No, it's not.
Okay. When's the last time you knew he had an affair?
When we first started dating.
2015?
2015 to maybe 17. You know what? His son was born and he said, I'm not having any more affairs. I'm not cheating on you.
Okay.
Stupidly.
Okay.
Do I know if he stopped? No, I don't know.
Okay, so the last time you
Well, hold
knew?
on.
Okay.
So then I had a party at my house
Mm-hmm.
and I fell asleep and apparently he said someone kissed him and that was so I don't know, maybe it was 2019.
Okay.
And he said, no, she kissed me and that was it. Come on. We're all drunk.
You know him better than we do, so.
Anyways, he said that he was no longer going to do that.
Okay.
That's why I'm upset.
This chilling story begins on September 17th, 2023, when Romeoville police are called to do a welfare check on a family who hadn't been heard from in days.
That man had killed the whole family. Ah. Yeah, he killed the whole family, man. This man killed the whole family. Crazy.
Hey, I got a TV knocked over and a coffee table knocked over. Romeo 367. Can we get another unit to Camden, please? Everything's 10-4.
They ready to kick the door in.
Hey.
10-4-379 Romeo.
Get on the phone with the 17 and call and figure out more information on this call.
10-4. 28 came back out of...
Crazy.
There's a gate over there.
He's going really far to get the number.
Alright. You see the TV in the, Hey, hold on, wait. You look in this window? Nothing?
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, that's all we're shipping on toys. Here, wait. Keep shining, so I can kind of see a little bit better now.
Okay.
No, just, oh wait.
Lights are all off? 3 cars?
No, there's, nothing in this room.
Pumped in, the lights are off. It's 9 o'clock on a Sunday.
And, no, there's lights on in the back room. You can see it through that, second.
Come in the back here real quick.
They're all on myself.
They're all on myself and 167 are going towards the back there. Just a heads up. 10-4.
They trying to get up in the house.
Keep an eye on that garage, yeah.
They in there dead. Mm-mm-mm.
Want to try that door real quick, Ron? Let's go. See if you can just peek in the back. There's a window, right? Yeah. Okay, I'll cover this window. This window's open. No, it's not.
Oh God. Dogs are dead. 2 dead dogs.
I need more units here. Hold this.
Said 2 dead dogs. Whoa.
I got 2 dead dogs, TV's knocked over, and a cocktail knocked over in the front room.
Yeah, it's time to kick the door in. Time to kick the door in.
Open the trunk.
Yeah, it's time to kick the door in now. 2 dead dogs, coffee table knocked over. Yeah, it's time to kick the door in.
More to make entry. We'll do back. 50 you have a ram. We're gonna make entry through the back door.
Probable cause. Snap.
No, but I got 2 dead dogs. TV's knocked over, and a cocktail was flipped over in the front room.
That light was on when we came up right there.
Yeah.
All right, just making sure. You could see the light in that other room back there.
No, I hear you. You want the shield? Or you know what? I kind of want to grab my rifle.
Grab your rifle. You go grab the rifle. You want me to shield?
Yeah, I'm gonna be your lethal cover, Ron. Below. Stand by. Hey, Drake, I need the keys.
Can you have fire stage?
Yeah, it's time to go up in there. They got all units on the way. Dead dogs, TV kicked over, table knocked over. It's time to go in. Let's go.
No worries, I'm gonna force entry to the back. I got enough units here, we're gonna get going.
You going in back?
You with me. You guys hold the front, okay? From a position of cover, please. I don't know if anybody's in there or not.
You got another door right here.
Hey, you know what? Hey, one of you guys holding this one of you guys holding the front.
There were no other side doors, right?
No, not that I know of.
Here we go.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah?
Here's what we're gonna do, okay? I'm gonna boot it. We're gonna go nice and slow, all right?
You guys stay right on me?
Yep. Drake, you stay behind me.
Right when we get here, there's going to be 1 dead dog. You got to get over.
Hey, no, you're behind me, okay?
To the left, there's a 2nd dead dog.
You stay in the back of the stack. You watch our 6 as we move through the house, okay? Corey, come up here, cover this door, this window. This lights is dead.
Here, want you?
No, I got one.
Check the door.
Here, cover the window. What do you see, Corey? Boom, move up, move up.
Another, move it up.
How many dead dogs you got?
We got 1 dead dog right here. We got a 2nd dead dog over to the left.
All right, watch out. Watch out.
Hey, why don't you check the door handle first?
Stand by. Doors open.
They make a heartbreaking discovery. They find Zoraida Bartolome, her husband Alberto Roland, their 2 young boys, and the family's dogs, all deceased. At first glance, crime scene photos indicate that it looks like the horrific event could have been a result of a robbery gone wrong. But after investigators search the victims' phones, a deceitful twist emerges. And this is why police are now speaking to Ermelinda Palomo.
Makes sense now. Crazy. It's crazy. This is crazy.
He was with his... I don't know names. I know that they said one time to me that he's probably with a lot of people.
Okay.
But he had recently said, I haven't been with a lot of people. I don't know.
She just like naive to everything, I guess.
I can't trust him now, can I?
But you said you believe he's had multiple or many affairs while you two have been together?
I was hoping that they were done because I was hoping to trust.
Police reports show that Nathaniel was having an affair with Zoraida. The reports also reveal something else. Ermelinda knew about the affair, but when questioned by police, she claims that she had only just found out about the affair that day.
When you find out about him, like what happens? You guys get into arguments? Do you talk to the women that he's having affairs with?
No, for what?
I don't know.
No.
Leave your man alone kind of thing?
Oh, man.
I'm too old for that. I'm 50 years old. There's no reason for me to, no. And quite honestly, it's not the female's fault. It's his fault.
Right.
So, no.
I mean, obviously you get upset over it.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to hold it back right now. But like I said, I thought we went through years. I mean, yeah, I had said he was doing security, and I had said to him, are you cheating on me? And he said, no, you know what? They flirt with me, but I don't fall into that.
What kind of security does he do?
Like at clubs.
Like a bouncer?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it armed security?
No, I don't think he can carry arms there.
Okay. Does he own guns?
No.
No. Has he ever been known to have guns?
Mm-mm. He has that, give me a second, please.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to Milwaukee, Bristol, and it's not paint, it's airsoft.
He does airsoft stuff?
Yeah, he does airsoft. He's in a team. I'm sorry now.
Okay.
Do you guys have water?
I don't. This is a sealed drink.
I'm not taking that from you.
No, sure, okay.
Yeah, because that's a big thing.
If you don't want to drink all the thing, obviously you can drink. We'll throw it out when you're done.
Yeah.
And airsoft gun. Okay. He has an airsoft gun. That's it.
How sure are you that he definitely have a gun?
I'm actually very positive.
Okay. You've never ever seen him with a gun?
Well, we go to the range and we'll shoot.
So he
Cuffs.
has a FOID card?
No, he does not.
So how does he shoot?
I have a FOID card.
Okay.
Do you own any guns?
Yes.
In fact, the affair sparked jealousy in Ermelinda, but no one could have predicted what was coming next.
Ooh.
It's an unimaginable twist. It's revealed that Ermelinda began a catfishing scheme, pretending to be a cartel leader to manipulate her fiancé into believing that Zoraida posed a life-threatening danger to him. And just when you think things couldn't get any stranger.
Oh, my goodness.
Using fake online personas, Ermelinda builds a convincing narrative that Zoraida was conspiring against Nathaniel.
She started all of this.
Criminals. It doesn't take long for Romeoville police to track down Nathaniel Huey Jr. to question him about the murders of Zoraida Bartolome and her family. On September 18th, 2023, just one day after police make the grisly discovery, they locate him at work.
So we were talking with the bosses, and they said, well, we already went through phones. They already got one half of the conversation. And you said you talked to her on your phone, right? Okay. So what we'd like, or what we're asking for, is consent to get the text messages off your phone between you and her, to Snapchat or whatever it is between you, so we have both sides of it. We're trying to eliminate you as a suspect, but...
It's all on the computer, right? You can get it on the computer.
No, we have to take the phone, we plug it in, we take it out, and then we give your phone back.
Oh, I didn't have anything in there.
That's even better. No, I believe you, but, well, yeah, I mean, just let me see it. But, I mean, I believe you, it's just the problem is that
This is all I have right there for
Yeah, this is crazy. This one is crazy.
Oh, this from this morning?
Yeah.
So she set up. They said that reminds
From the computer.
of that au pair in Virginia. She set up a profile acting like a cartel
In the catch.
When you delete stuff, it's never
to
actually.
catfish.
Like a 64 gig phone.
Hold up.
We use about 58 of it. The rest is the catch.
And he didn't know
Stays in
nothing about this?
And why I asked is the bosses called right away. They were like, well, they're like, we'd like to see if we can get the stuff, you know, from your end back that way and see if maybe your husband got wind of it and pulled it off. So we just want to take a look. I mean, on our side of it, we can get a search warrant, you know, to go through the phone, and it's take a little longer. But on the fastest way would be consent, pull it off, and give your phone back. Than it would be to, and again, I explained to you earlier. I'm trying to
Crazy.
eliminate you. I mean, we have a deceased girl, and her last fling or boyfriend or whatever is you, and I'm sure that you know, if you're an outsider looking in, who's your suspect? I mean, and so I'd like to eliminate that. I'd like to say, well, no, we looked through stuff. He didn't have nothing to do with it. We're done with it.
I guess I'd rather you guys just go on the computer.
I agree with you, but again, there's it would take us, you know, a couple hours to pull information off the phone that could eliminate you as a suspect, like right from the start. It's up to you.
I'm telling them go use the computer. Even though I know I didn't do anything, you're not taking my phone.
Anytime
Go get it off the computer.
you look at the husband, the boyfriend.
Even though I know I didn't do nothing, I'm not giving you my
Any
phone.
kind of lovers he had, and we look. That's what we look at. We start there, and then this person was at work, so we eliminate that. Or this person was, you know, we went through the phone. There's nothing between those two. No threats. No. I mean, you're telling us there's no threats, but I can't go to, you know, to our bosses. I can't go to a state attorney and say, no, I verified it. There's no threats. I have to. If I can verify and say, no, I went through his phone. There's no threats. They seemed to be good together. There was no threats.
Nah, he definitely don't trust him.
Animosity between the two of them. There was no fighting. There was none of that stuff. Eliminate it.
Just go on the computer, Chief, because I don't want to give up my phone. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. I'm just telling you, it's.
I completely understand what you're saying, and I'm not even trying to give you guys a hard time, but like taking my phone and all that, like, and you already told me like you can get it from.
We can get her side of it. I can't get your side. That's the problem. So I can get her side of it. If you know where she's got her phone, I can get that side of it.
How about this? How about I come see you guys later today after work or something like that? Because I got other in there that I don't necessarily want you to be like looking at. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. But again,
And I promise you, I don't care what you look at.
No,
Yeah,
it's not
they
like-
can
it's not
see
like
text on computer from the phone call. Yeah, that's. I agree. So it must be they're thinking something else. They want the whole phone.
Again, well, I'm asking for consent. The consent means that we plug it right in, we dump it because you've told us it's okay. Without that, then we have to get a search warrant. If we get a search warrant, then we have to type that up, and it's gonna take longer.
I can bring it down to you guys, and you can dump it all you want to. We're cool with that.
We'll be there. The address is on the card.
Well, let me step out.
Right after work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll have to do that. Yeah, but I mean, you do understand how that kind of defeats the purpose, though. Like we're looking for like Snapchat stuff, and then you delete Snapchat stuff. It's gonna kind of look like you're guilty. You know what I'm saying?
Nathaniel and Zoraida met at work, and that's where the affair took off. They'd secretly meet in hotel rooms and keep their relationship under wraps. When Nathaniel met Zoraida, his criminal history was already pretty extensive. We searched truthfinder.com to uncover more about Nathaniel Huey Jr.'s background. It's easy to do. We just typed in his name and the city where he lived, and in under a minute, the subscription service gave us access to possible contact information and location history. You can see that Nathaniel Huey has a long list of traffic violations and criminal records. All of this information comes from public reports available on truthfinder.com. In these reports, we can see that he also received multiple violations for driving under a suspended license, driving while under the influence, and driving with a suspended registration, just to name a few. Reports like this and more are available to anyone with a paid subscription. Law and Crime partners with truthfinder.com, so our Ermelinda used fear as her main weapon, constructing an elaborate web of lies that convinced her fiancé that Zoraida was plotting to harm him. For months, Palomo maintained these fake identities and fabricated conversations, creating a convincing illusion that he completely falls for. Through this false narrative, Nathaniel Huey Jr. was led to believe that Zoraida and her family had to be eliminated to protect his life and livelihood. Ermelinda's level of control over Nathaniel's actions was deeply rooted in her ability to manipulate
did y'all hear that?
She persuaded him that murder
I
was the
gotta play
only
that
option to
back.
escape.
Hold up, I gotta play that one back. Oh my goodness.
When Ermelinda Palomo discovered the affair, she wanted to make sure he'd never cheat again. Police documents reveal Ermelinda began a series of manipulations, assuming fake online identities to control Nathaniel emotionally. Ermelinda would convince him that Zoraida and her family posed a grave threat to him.
Crazy.
Ermelinda used fear as her main weapon, constructing an elaborate web of lies that convinced her fiancé that Zoraida was plotting to harm him. For months, Palomo maintained these fake identities and fabricated conversations, creating a convincing illusion that he completely falls for. Through this false narrative, Nathaniel Huey Jr. was led to believe that Zoraida and her family had to be eliminated to protect his life and livelihood. Ermelinda's level of control over Nathaniel's actions was deeply rooted in her ability to manipulate him. She persuaded him that murder was the only option to escape the danger she had fabricated in his mind. According to the hundreds of pages in the police report, Ermelinda sent Nathaniel a message using the Pinger mobile messaging application. Their alias began planning Zoraida's murder. Palomo tells Huey to cause damage to make the scene appear to be a burglary committed by kids. She reassures him by saying, "Many murders go unsolved," the report states. On September 16th, 2023, around 3:17 a.m., Ermelinda drives Nathaniel to Zoraida's residence in Romeoville, Illinois, according to home surveillance footage later obtained by investigators. Before entering the home, Nathaniel cuts through window screens to make it appear as though a break-in had occurred. He then enters through an unlocked door. Zoraida's husband, Roland, was the first to encounter Nathaniel. He attempts to protect his family, but he was shot multiple times as he tried to reach his loved ones. Nathaniel then moves to the bedroom where Zoraida and her 2 children were hiding, shooting through the door and murdering them in cold blood. It's a devastating scene. An entire family slaughtered within minutes. Even the family's dogs aren't spared from the violence. The next day, Nathaniel Huey returns to his regular routine, showing no outward signs of guilt or remorse. He goes to work as usual, and that's when police speak to him for the first time.
I understand. I mean, we're married. I understand why you want to keep it on the down low. So we're just trying to figure out.
It's not like she's like a bad girl. It's just that like I don't know, just kind of get close, really connect with me.
All right. What kind of car do you drive?
What is it? GMC Denali.
Denali? Like a SUV?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Crazy. She tricked this man.
husband? Like he's never sent you a message or called you or contacted you? No? All right. Do you have any of like information, like any saved text messages or Snapchats or anything from her? Okay. Well, before I'm running myself ragged here, before I forget everything. All right, so your first name's Nate. What's your last name? Can you spell it? H-U-E-Y. H-U-E-Y. Is it Nathaniel? Yeah. What's your birthday?
5/9/91.
All right. Do you have a phone number? What's your cell phone? All right. Well, I'm not trying to ruin your marriage or life, so not like I'm gonna, I'll try to keep this, if we can, from just with us in this room talking. But we're trying to figure out what happened at that house. Has she ever told you about any other, like, romantic relationships she had out of her marriage?
He or
her? Did she say her husband cheating on her, or does she say she ever in the past? Anything? When you leave this room, we're not telling you to work anything. It's none of their business. This is our conversation, so it's up to you. Whatever you want to tell them. Obviously, we talk to her family, we talk to friends and stuff. Hence why we're here, and that's why we're sitting in this room talking to you. And like, I gotta ask, did you have anything to do with this? Okay. I have to ask, and you know that your number is going to be in her phone, and we're going to find your text messages, and we're going to find that stuff, and I want to get a surprise later on that you guys are fighting, or that there was something going on between you two, or just three of you that I don't know about, Something like that.
Nobody was threatening anybody. We weren't fighting. Like, really, she was like an angel, you know what I'm saying? Like a sweet girl, so like.
Okay, like I said, we're this is so new to us, investigation-wise. We have tons of videos to go through, and license plates, readers, and like text messages, Snapchat messages, and all that stuff. So it's so in the beginning of this investigation that we're just kind of reaching out to talk to all her family, friends, and everybody like that. And that's why we're here talking to you. And I just hope, in your head, if you could think of something like, oh, you guys should know about this, it's the time to tell us now before we find it later on, in the computer, or we find it in a phone message or something.
At this point, Irma Linda Palomo also provides a false alibi for Nathaniel, further complicating the investigation.
Have you ever met Zoraida?
No.
Have you seen a picture of her?
No.
So that name comes up to you because you saw it?
Well, really, that name stuck in my head because that night I thought, are you cheating on me?
Was the person calling in?
They're calling in.
Okay.
More than once. And it was a long name. I thought it was Bartholomew, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It was a long name, but...
So when we asked your husband if he knew this person, Zoraida, he said, I've never heard that name. Why would he
It's
be
so
lying to us?
crazy that she tricked her husband into going to kill these people by acting like she was somebody with the cartel.
I thought that you guys said to
Yo,
him he was having
and she was in the house with him the whole time doing this for months.
Okay. Well, that's...
Man, she's wicked.
Probably
That's
very
wicked
accurate.
right there. What?
But we're not here to put him on... have a trial on whether or not he had an affair, okay? We have a matter of someone lost their life. So him having an affair is the least of my worries.
Understood.
All right?
I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Suck it up. It's not your problem. I get it.
You didn't do it. He did.
I'm just...
Right?
Again, I understand.
Okay.
I know I talk a lot, and I know what you guys are here for something else, and I'm making it about cheating, and it's not.
Well, it could be.
So are you guys saying that you're trying to find out if he killed the husband?
We're trying to find out who was involved. So we're talking to everyone. We're talking to you. We're talking to him. We're talking to other people because, as you may be aware, people lie to the police, right? So we don't know who's lying.
Gotcha.
What I would like to ask you is, either Friday or Saturday night, did he go out with his friends?
No.
Did he work?
Friday night? No, he was with me.
Saturday night?
No. Okay, this is what happened. When I get a chance to be with him, I'm with him.
Okay.
So Friday night, we started drinking, and we were at home, and we were drinking and drinking and drinking. We drink a lot. Okay? We probably fell asleep. He sleeps in the garage. I sleep in my room.
Why does he sleep in the garage?
Because he says that he's more comfortable in the garage. But
is there a bed in there?
No, it's a couch.
He sleeps on a couch in the garage. Garage isn't finished. Okay.
I know, but that's not why we're here. And I don't mean to be rude.
No, you're not being rude at all.
I'm just saying I'm not going to get in.
Right.
And now I know. So we were drinking, and then
Crazy.
we woke up and we were hungover.
On Saturday?
So he said, we got to move. I said, okay, I really want to go to Ross. I want to buy some jeans. And then he said, let's get something to eat. I said, okay. I said, you decide. He said, okay, let's go to Jersey Mike's. It was still day. And I got home. I fell asleep. And apparently I woke up and yelled at everybody.
What time did you fall asleep at?
Oh, I don't know. It was day. It was still day. But he was with the kids playing GTA.
Okay.
And then my daughter had said to me, did you wake up in the middle of the night? And I said, no, why? And she said, well, I was just wondering because you were yelling at everybody. And it seemed like you were just sleeping. And I think I heard you talking in your sleep. I said, no, I didn't. And then I said, maybe it was Nate that was talking in his sleep. And she said, no, Nate was snoring because the door was open and everybody was hearing him snore. I said, I didn't hear that. And then I think we woke up Sunday like 9, and I said, we need to do laundry. I want to return my shoes, and I would like to go to the grocery store, but I do not have all the money for that. Can you help me? He said, yes. I said, thank you. That's what we did. And then Sunday we went to sleep probably like 9. Woke up this morning, went to work out. He went to work, I went to work, and this is what I've come home to.
So, on Saturday night, did you guys drink?
No, we were sleeping. We were hungover.
Okay.
I know it's not your business, but I personally can't drink 2 nights in a row, and I get very, very hungover.
What about him? Could he drink 2 nights in a row?
I guess he could, but if nobody was there, so he was sleeping because we were up pretty. I want to say my daughter said, no, her boyfriend said, I heard Nate Saturday morning. I think he was still drinking. He was going to work, and it was 5 a.m. My daughter's boyfriend was going to work at 5 a.m. And
No, Saturday morning or Sunday morning?
Saturday morning. And then when I woke up for a brief moment Saturday, maybe like 1, 2, he was still sleeping. And so I went back to bed. And then I don't know what time we went to Ross.
How do you know he was still sleeping if you guys sleep and
Because
separate?
I saw him. He had the garage door open. Remember I said my daughter heard him snoring? He had the garage door open. So I got up, I looked, and he was on the couch. Well, you're right. Maybe he was
Yes,
facing the
she
couch,
is.
not sleeping.
You see how she was working that
one day,
internet, acting like she with the cartel. She trying to set the alibis up right there.
No, I think everybody would know when he leaves, because when you slam our door, the front door, you don't even have to slam it. Like, you hear it, and the house is, it's fragile. You hear everything. So no, especially Like maybe if I would, like Friday night, maybe, because we were drinking. And if I would have passed out on Friday in the morning, maybe he could have done that. But I had been sleeping.
Super quick. You hear me? Super quick. Yes, she is quick.
Did you go anywhere Saturday night?
Quick.
No, I was home. Well, it wasn't night. It was afternoon. No, I did not. I was here.
Are you telling me the truth?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be covering for Nate at all?
No, he was here. Even my daughter said he was here.
But investigators aren't buying it, and the case continues to build against Ermelinda Palomo and Nathaniel Huey. Meanwhile, the couple flees Illinois, leading to a nationwide manhunt. Initially, police believed that Ermelinda might have been an abduction victim, as she was reported missing by her family. But it soon becomes clear that she was complicit in the crime and had fled willingly with her fiancé. The manhunt sends police 9 hours south to Catoosa, Oklahoma, where Huey and Palomo are spotted at a Walmart. Surveillance cameras capture the couple smiling, seemingly unaware that their escape is nearing its end.
Going westbound on Rocky Road.
Police prepare to confront them, but when they approach the couple's vehicle, that's when all hell breaks loose.
We're still traveling westbound. Go ahead and go. 18300, 944, car on fire.
Yeah.
A police chase ends in a fiery crash.
Oh.
Huey's SUV catches fire.
Car's on fire! Get out of the car! What's your background? Get out of the vehicle! Get out!
And in a tragic final act, Huey shoots Palomo in the head. He attempts to shoot himself under the chin, but that fails. He then manages to fire a second fatal shot before authorities can apprehend him.
There you go. Yep. There's the wind.
Whoa, that ended crazy. I didn't expect that to end like that. I did not expect the ending to be like that.
I got door. Do not see movement. No movement. Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out now! Come out now! They're making eye contact. I don't see anything. Got your cover. Cover. Got it. Nothing. Floorboard.
Man, they better just let that car burn up and back up.
Grab her belt. You got that door?
Wow.
Can't see. Where's fire? Get fire extinguisher at least.
Wow.
Go ahead and come up here. We need extinguisher. Behind you.
Sheesh.
I got driver door. Get a baton! Moving to your left. Go ahead.
After the crash, the full extent of Palomo's manipulation is revealed. The case highlights the devastating effects of emotional manipulation and how a toxic relationship can spiral out of control. The Ermelinda Palomo case is a harrowing example of how jealousy and manipulation can lead to unimaginable violence.
That
4
situation.
innocent lives were taken as a result of Palomo's deceit and Huey's blind trust in her fabricated narrative.
Yo, that's
The case serves as
crazy.
a stark reminder of the importance of addressing jealousy and emotional manipulation in relationships before they spiral into destructive behavior. Zoraida Bartolome, her husband Alberto Roland, and their 2 children, whose lives were tragically cut short, live on in the memories of their surviving family. Romeoville Police Chief Brant Hromadka said in a release, Nothing can prepare a person for such an incident, and nothing can justify such a senseless act of violence. Although finalized, the finality of this case unfortunately does not mean closure for so many continuing to.
Yo, that one there was deep. She definitely like tricked this man into going to kill the whole family. And they probably already had that plan at the end that if we get caught, we just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kill you and kill myself. And that's some deep stuff. My man tried to shoot himself once under the chin. It didn't kill him. He shot himself again. God, boy, oh boy. Wow, she was wicked. Yeah, she was wicked. That was like a movie right there. I am not gonna lie. That was like definitely like a movie. Yeah, that's crazy. What's it say? Teen killer.
County, Georgia. 27-year-old Antonetta Stevens mercilessly beats 30-year-old Ashley Bocanegra in the street behind the Preston Hills at Mill Creek apartment complex. She screams threats at her, punches her in the face, and throws her body against the asphalt. As Bocanegra begs Stevens to stop, 17-year-old Janine Gonzalez records the assault on a cell phone.
Yeah, he killed himself.
The footage of the fight is too graphic to put on screen.
He said, check
but
out
if you
the
listen,
Virginia one.
You can hear the threats and
What
other
Virginia
evidence
one?
investigators gathered from the video.
Stop. You so lucky my nails is hurting because I was really doing worse to you right now. I will do worse to you. I will do worse to you. I will do worse to you. That's why he was trying to protect you, but now he don't care for you to get your ass beat.
The fight is over a man named Daniel Gonzalez, who's allegedly carrying out a relationship with both Stevens and Bocanegra. Janine Gonzalez, his younger sister, is good friends with Stevens. Stevens and Bocanegra are both mothers to young boys. At the time of the attack, Bocanegra's son is 7 years old. Stevens' sons are 3 and 9. Stevens knows Bocanegra as her fiance's manager at Floor & Decor, where he works overnight shifts.
The IRS agent had a maid that called an escort to hook up with wife, then he killed them both.
You up, right? Okay, good. You know that, right? He's in the house with our son. Hey, wow. He said I could f you up. Yep, this is what we do. If I get mad and he knows I'm leaving,
I gotta check that one out.
That's what I'm doing. You up.
Let me see. Let me check and see if I can find that one in a second.
Nope. No, you ain't got. You don't get to say so. My man, right? Want to be in front of my man, right? Yes. Right? You his manager. I'm getting you fired. That's bias. Okay, so that's a conflict of interest. I'm showing this to the job. Okay. You're f***ing my while he's on the clock. My going there trying to ruin his family. He has a whole son. You're mad for him? Okay. Get off. Wow. Get up. Get the f*** off. Does that? What I tell you? Get the f*** off. Yeah.
During the fight, Stevens instructs Gonzalez to steal Bocanegra's phone. They take it back to the apartment, where they plan to call Bocanegra's fiancé to tell him about her affair with Daniel Gonzalez.
Got my face. All right, get my phone. Nope, you're not getting it. You're jumping both of us for your phone. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Over a guy. This is all over a guy.
Follows her assailants up
They
to the
tripping.
apartment to retrieve her phone.
Over some guy
Daniel
that
Gonzalez, who was allegedly sleeping in the apartment during the attack, hears the verbal altercation between the women at his door and gives Bocanegra's phone back to her. According to the Gonzalez siblings, Bocanegra appears badly beaten. She goes to a local hospital to treat the injury she sustained from Stevens. Several passersby witnessed the attack. One person calls the Gwinnett County Police.
and she was real small.
Authorities go to Stevens' apartment that afternoon to ask what happened.
Can they come out? The females that are in there?
The females out there are fighting.
Yeah. This girl, she came to my house. She's been sleeping with my fiance. She works over there. She's his manager, and she keeps on forcing him to have sex with her after he been cut it off, or she's gonna fire him. And we ended up fighting right there because she approached my home. This is my home. She lives all the way over there.
Okay, is everybody in the house right now?
Oh, just me. I'm the only one at fault. Just me. The girl, she left.
Is your sister involved?
My sister?
Yeah, is she?
No, that's my sister-in-law.
Is she involved?
She was there.
Are you two arguing? Or you guys?
No, we're not arguing.
Okay, so let's go inside.
The female that he's been sleeping with.
Him?
Yes, my fiance. I've been with for 5 years. We
Okay.
moved here together from up north. He works at Floor and Decor. He's been sleeping with his manager.
And that's who was here?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've been feeling it for some time now.
Okay.
Yesterday I'm walking to Quick Trip. I see them walking together. And you're a woman, you know our intuition. I know that's the girl. I seen her, we argued yesterday, he broke it up, it was fine. This morning now, she's calling, texting.
Straight drama.
Saying that she's gonna be coming here. I waited for her.
Stevens admits to waiting outside the apartment complex for Bocanegra to arrive, but she conveniently leaves out one crucial detail. Stevens lured Bocanegra to the apartment by posing as Daniel Gonzalez in a series of text messages.
Another one of these situations, acting like you somebody you not, and then the situation went all the way left. So she's acting like she's the boyfriend.
By the pool?
And meets up with the girl to fight, and this goes left.
Where are we going? Look, right there.
And they recorded this whole stuff on their phones.
By that evening, Gwinnett County Police receive a call from the hospital where Bocanegra checked in. She needs to be transported to a different hospital for surgery. Unfortunately, her injuries are too severe. The 30-year-old New York native and mother to a 7-year-old boy dies before they can operate. Upon receiving the news of Bocanegra's untimely death, Gwinnett County detectives make their way to the Preston Hills at Mill Creek apartment complex.
Crazy.
They're looking for Stevens and Gonzalez.
I know, that was the girls that were walking. They went to Quick Trip. Hey, I'm Detective Carter with Gwinnett County Police. Are you your internet?
Yes, hi.
Hey, this is Detective Poppy or Sergeant Poppy.
Hi, nice to meet you.
We know that there was like an incident that happened earlier today. Has anyone called you about it since?
No. Was somebody supposed to?
Well, we just got another call about it. So I guess the girl went to the hospital and she died.
She died?
She's dead. So, but we know that there was like an altercation that happened beforehand.
And that was mutual, and she came here.
Yeah, we understand that.
Yeah.
So, but because of it,
I wasn't going to kill anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not that person.
I get it.
Hey.
So because of that, we have to kind of talk to you guys and get a more formal statement.
Yeah, so it's all like
wow, I'm so sorry.
fun and rah-rah
That was not
until something like this you don't expect to happen. So yeah, second degree.
I have bipolar depression, and I'm just.
Oh man, that's that's the first thing people want to go to. Bipolar depression,
That's him.
anxiety,
I came here with my fiance.
my medication.
Yeah. So I came.
Are you the sister?
Ain't nobody going for it.
I came here with my fiance to start a new life, buy a house, everything like that, and I never expected him to basically cheat on me with someone at the workplace. You know what I'm saying?
So we would like to get like a formal statement. So we're going to ask that you come up to our headquarters. And talk
Yeah,
to us.
they great take her down there so they can charge her.
I hear kids. Is there someone else here that can? There's someone here with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once Stevens and Gonzalez arrive, the women are placed in separate interrogation rooms where they wait for Detective Araya and Detective Carter.
Just go through basically, since I wasn't there, and I'm playing catch up basically.
And she really thinks this is a game.
So like, let me start to where it leaded.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Oh
like,
man.
since
Oh
I've been down
man.
there, they haven't been on good terms. So, arguments back to back. So like, we just came back from Florida last night.
Yeah, she laughing like it's a
wedding,
joke.
And we left on bad terms with everybody because my brother got into a, incident with her stepdad. So ever since that happened and we left Florida, it's just been rockier. It's just been worse arguments. So, yeah. Sorry, I just cursed.
You're fine.
Okay.
I flipped up earlier.
Crazy.
Okay. So, like, you know, they're arguing or whatever. So, my brother, him being a man, cheats. Like always, you know, he's feeling less than, he thinks it's okay to cheat, so, you know. He tells me who's he cheating with and stuff. Now, me and my stepsister, I mean, not my stepsister, my sister-in-law, we're very close, like, so close, like, you understand. Like,
Y'all ain't
she's
gonna be
more
close
of
after
a
this.
sister to me than my brother's a brother to me, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very
So,
close.
like, we're very close.
Yeah.
So, once he told me, I was just like, ooh, what the tell her?
It's girl code. You have
Yes,
to.
right? So, especially when, right after he told me what he was doing, he wanted to do it with her. So I was just like, I'm about to tell her. 2 days prior before this day, we were just chilling, she was working, and Daniel did something.
That's what it looked like.
So we were talking or whatever.
And if she if she says, look, if she says that she helped lure her to that fight, they gonna charge her too.
Explain cheated or whatever. She was like, oh really? She's upset or whatever. I was like, don't tell him that.
All this smiling she doing when they say you under arrest, everything gonna change.
After that, he explained how the girl looked to me though, and you know, curly hair, Puerto Rican, skinny girl. So I was like, alright. So then I explained it to Antonetta. So the next day after that, we went to the store. Last night. We went to the store last night, and we were walking the Quick Trip.
Yeah, she was there.
Quick Trip is right there. You know?
And we don't know if she jumped on her. They just buttering her up to get her to talk.
As we're walking the Quick Trip, both of them are walking together from Quick Trip. So they're just now leaving, and we're just now coming. So Antonetta is like, is that Daniel walking? So now she runs to him like, who is this? So he's like, oh, it's my worker or whatever. Mind you, before we walked the Quick Trip, we asked him, when you go on your break, can you
I hate when they talk like
he
this.
said he couldn't leave on his break. So when we saw them walking, it was like, you just said you couldn't leave on your break. Now you walking with her to the store?
The girl Gonzalez describes seeing with her brother was Ashley Bocanegra. Daniel Gonzalez also confirms this timeline to investigators.
So after that, she's kicking Daniel or whatever. She don't want to live with him no more. It's either he gonna leave or she's gonna leave, and you know she gotta leave with the kids, everything. So it would make sense if he just left. So he's getting kicked out, whatever. And then I guess she was coming to see him. He was getting kicked out. I don't know. I was in those messages. I'm not sure what was that. But I guess she was coming to see him because he was getting kicked out. And Antonetta saw the messages. So she decides, like, yeah, now she's about to come see you. Now I'm about to beat her up. Because you just saved me from her the other day. No, you know that's how it was. So she's coming. So Antonetta and me, we go. And she comes to the house, you know, big fight. So, after the fight, we took her phone. We were gonna call her husband to let her know that, you know, just to stir some out.
Gonzalez is laughing and smiling throughout her
crazy.
recounting of the story.
This is crazy.
She doesn't seem to understand the gravity of the situation she's
Not
in.
yet.
If she does understand, it appears she doesn't care.
Oh, okay, so we close the door. She starts banging on the door like crazy, because, you know, we got her phone. She wants her phone back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then I gave her phone back, and then I don't know what the hell happened after. Oh, she gave her phone back. Literally, like, she left right after. I don't know how she left. Like, I wasn't watching after that, because my brother was mad as hell, and you know, he don't want me in the business. I was already in it too much. So he's like on my ass, so I'm just like, okay. So I don't know what happened after she left, but literally right after she left, a third party called the police. They came, you know, made a report, and then after that it was over, whatever. And then just know you guys came. And yeah, that's all I know.
When you guys fought, how long did that fight last?
2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was early.
Crazy.
But yeah, that's about it.
It's so crazy she don't
You ever been in
understand.
fights before?
Me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You have? Oh. Okay. You seem kind of athletic. You play sports when you're in school?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They done jumped on this girl,
Yeah, you look athletic. Yeah, you got some.
and she don't even understand they ready to charge her too.
Why would you do that? You don't know if I just care about these shoulders.
While Gonzalez is laughing and joking, Steven's time in the interrogation strikes a different tone. She immediately requests a lawyer.
I will say that, I don't go out looking to harm anybody. That's not my intention. I do feel, very remorseful about anything that has happened with that young lady. I'll also say that, it wasn't my intention to even get into an altercation with her today. She came over to my place of residence looking for my fiance. We argued. I was hit.
All over. What? What was the
really
point?
bad, but I don't know. I'm just, it's just
All over nothing.
You okay?
No, I'm not. I'm just, I have kids. I don't know how to feel, man. I've been going through too much.
17-year-old Gonzalez is willing to share much more of what happened with investigators.
So tell us about that, like how
Young and dumb, crazy.
I know it happens so fast. Fights are just like a blur when it happens.
Yeah.
But
where was she? I know you said earlier she came looking for him.
She came because he was moving. He was getting kicked out, and she wanted to be a little writer.
Mm-hmm.
When she knows she's a side chick and she got a husband at home, girl.
I know she's breaking up a happy home, but where was she at? Like,
no, she has a husband as well.
Yeah, no, but where was she at?
What do you mean?
You said she came and looked for
She
him.
has no understanding of this process, and just like the youngness is just showing.
Where did you meet up?
She was in our complex. I guess she lives like right near us. Look at her right there. Look, I saw that. That was me,
Yeah, so that was her telling on herself. That was me.
It's like two sides of the complex. So you know that hill?
Yeah.
It goes around, and like when it goes up and around, there's another complex that looks just like the same.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, she doesn't understand at all, because she's sitting here acting like a young girl that just lost. And
so yeah.
Did you guys start yelling at her before you guys approached her, or how'd that go down?
Yeah.
And she tells the detail of everything, not understanding that this is all gonna be used against
It
you.
was just like, yeah, and you can't see my. And then it was just fine after that. She knew what it was because she got ready too, and it was just fighting.
Who was fighting?
The girl and another.
Everybody?
No.
Girl, you ain't get on in?
No. Yeah.
Of course you did. I know you did.
Just a little bit.
You got
Ooh,
like you said, that's
they
your homegirl.
suckered her into telling on herself.
I didn't go crazy though, cause she's small as hell. Like you're enough already. I don't need to.
They already done told her
I don't need to
that the girl died.
Like, in the beginning, she got
And this is how young people think.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And then I stopped. I was just like,
it's hard. The adrenaline's going. You gotta.
Yeah. I was just like,
Ooh.
stop. And then they're just fighting. And yeah, just a little hit. So I didn't really fight her. That's just crazy.
What made it stop?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a weird question. I never nobody.
Like was she saying anything or Ashley? I mean,
no, she was just. I never. Out of all fights I've been.
Yeah, she thinks she going home.
Somebody talk during a fight.
Until they tell her,
While you're getting beat up.
put your hands behind your back.
I never.
She gonna fall apart.
what was she saying?
She was just like.
And they just talking to her so comfortable, buttering her up.
That's what he's gonna just like that.
Yeah.
Out there. And then like, it was just such a weird fight. Like she was just like, she just kept on talking. Then she was like, "Aren't you his sister?" And it was just laughing all types. It was just weird. She was a weird person.
You said she said grab the phone.
Yeah.
Antoinette said grab the phone.
Yeah, I grabbed it.
Okay.
When she was talking back while she was getting beat up, like how that make you feel? With the stuff that she was saying.
Like, I didn't care.
She was angry. She's mad.
Because like, she was listen. I don't get bothered by people who talk stuff. You gotta like really do something to me, you know.
She was talking about your brother though, and your sister.
Yeah, but it was just like so, like you.
So you weren't mad? You was just nonchalant, just like whatever?
Yeah, I can't be that bad now. Come on, she knew what it was. You're gonna talk regardless. It's a fight. What do you expect? So I'm just like, I've been in multiple fights. They brought.
So you were just standing over them as they were fighting?
Yeah, I'm just like, what? But then I walked away. Daniel was mad as hell. He, like I said, every time this is me getting into business period, he gets angry, and I don't got time for him.
Yeah. But he was sleeping when the fight was happening outside, right? Because you said that she woke him up.
Yes, she did.
By she, you mean Ashley, right?
Who
woke Daniel up?
She did.
Who's she?
Antoinette.
Okay. So you guys were outside fighting?
No. We woke him up when we knew Ashley was coming. And then we was like, yeah, like she's about to get beat up because now you're getting kicked out and she thinks it's okay to come save you. Like, who is she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't been to
And she's 17, don't pay no bills. Talking about somebody getting kicked out.
In the video,
and they recorded all this.
Stevens can be heard telling Daniel Gonzalez about what had just occurred outside. It appears that this is when he's woken up, just before Boca Negra follows them to the door.
How did you guys find the messages again?
His phone.
Okay. Did you find it or did she find it?
She found it.
Antoinette?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did she, like, where were you at? Did you come, how did that happen?
She came to me, we were reading messages. And we were like, yeah, that's the girl that we just saw. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you guys text her?
Mm-mm. What do you mean?
Did you guys send messages to her?
No, we don't got her number.
No, I mean from his phone.
Oh, from his phone?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because you messed up your story a little bit. I already read the messages. You messed up a little bit.
What was the messages?
He wasn't getting kicked out.
Oh, ducky duck. This when the flip come.
What the hell? I didn't. I only saw the messages where he was cheating. So I'm not sure if anybody texted her.
You sure?
You know? Yeah.
So Antoinette just sent the messages
I'm
herself?
positive myself.
Now the pancake where he flip on her.
Yeah,
she don't even feel it yet.
Messages sent to that lady. Cause I can't say I didn't know if there's messages sent.
All the questions is from here are interrogation for real.
I know you guys were sending messages.
Yeah.
You guys were texting her.
It done turned around now.
I don't know what's
it's in a whole different direction.
She was just texting her.
That's why I said we was getting kicked out. I don't know what was said.
So you didn't send the messages, she just sent the messages.
Yeah, because I don't know what was said in those messages. But I know from seeing them arguing, he was getting kicked out.
Okay, so you didn't see no messages. Antoinette just told you about it, and then
no,
Antoinette was texting her?
I saw the messages where he was cheating.
What did those say?
I'm feeling you, I'm falling for you, something like that. hurting each other messages.
And that's when Antoinette showed those. She showed those to you, and that's when she started messaging her.
Yeah, she showed those to me,
And
then she sent a message to her.
Antoinette sent the message to Ashley.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Did she tell you what she was sending?
Did like the words and shit? No, I don't know what she said.
Maybe you had to know something. You knew she was outside.
But I did know she was outside.
Yeah, playing dumb at this point don't work.
Cause if she about to go fight, I'm coming with her.
You know they get
the day she didn't know that she was walking into a fight.
Yeah.
No, she's dead.
I know, that's crazy. Do y'all know how she died? Like
From fighting.
The injuries of her death.
So they had to do an autopsy, but it was it was a result of her the injury she sustained during the fight.
She don't understand that.
Bocanegra's autopsy report shows that she sustained blunt force trauma to the head. She also suffered from hemorrhaging in the brain and the back. Her cause of death is listed as generalized trauma, which resulted in a rupture of the right adrenal gland, a gland that sits right above the kidney. Her manner of death? Homicide.
It's crazy.
Whoa.
How did it make you feel?
This make me feel like I'm going to hell. That I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Like that's really crazy. Life is crazy.
And she's not a big girl.
No, she isn't. That's why I didn't watch her. She's too small. I looked at her and I'm just like, how old are you? She told me she was 30. I'm like, you're very small for your age to be 30. Like she looked sick, skinny. So I was like, nah.
I heard she was pretty
Young and dumb.
I don't know.
Daniel saw it. He said, when I opened the door, I saw her. I was like, oh, and I slammed the door because she was so up.
Yeah, he did do that. He did do that.
He said he was shocked because
but I didn't. I don't know, because I really didn't see her after that. Like, they had me sitting in the back because Daniel was on my...
Detective Araya and Detective Carter already spoke with Daniel Gonzalez back at the apartment complex. While his fiancée and sister were being escorted to the police headquarters, Daniel Gonzalez shared what he knew with investigators.
Listen, we'll come back here and talk to you. I understand you got kids, so we'll just leave you here for now with your kids. We're going to take her up and talk to her, and your sister's going to go.
So just 2 cars, so 1 more car, that's it.
And then we'll go from there, okay? Yes, sir. How long have you lived here?
About like a year.
About a year?
Yeah.
All right. Do you know Ashley?
Yes, sir.
How do you know Ashley?
You know, you have an emotional relationship.
Okay. So, they had the altercation early this afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Okay, which you don't know anything about.
No, I was informed that while I was sleeping, she went in my phone, took my phone, and yes, she deleted the messages. I'm not even gonna lie. She gave me back my phone. It was like seemed like it was untouched.
Yeah.
She texted the woman and said, "Hey." She basically acted like she was me. I know. I swear she probably still has the messages, Ashley. So she texted me and she was like, she acted like she was me. And she said, "Hey, my wife kicked me." She's not my wife, but she said that. I guess that's what she said when it came out in love. So she kicked me out. Can you come meet me? She used basically her emotional, the way she feels towards me to get her over here. And when she got her over here,
hey, call. Go ahead and just take them over by your car.
What's gonna happen?
Just go ahead and take them over by your car, please.
We are. Hold on one second. So then she came over. So she asked her to come over. She was pretending to be you.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what?
She fought her. She had to, because the way when I opened, I literally woke up and was like, all
When you
here
say
is-
she fought her, like
she had to fight
who?
her because they had to fight or get in an altercation because when I heard this, like I literally woke up and I'm like, what the heck? And all I hear is them yelling amongst each other, my sister and her, you know, I guess like hyped.
So Ashley came here to your door
because they took her phone. I guess that she had. They took her phone. Like I had to give it back to her.
Oh, they took her phone?
Yes.
Okay.
Because she was gonna text, I guess Herman and like she was hurt. So, but now I wake up and I'm like, oh, there's knocking at the door, but I hear bickering. So I'm like, yo, I don't hear this door. I'm like, what the heck? I open the door and I just see that I just closed it immediately.
How did she look when she opened the door?
Not anymore. I'm not gonna lie.
She looked up?
Yo.
Okay.
He tells detectives that although he is in a relationship with Stevens, he isn't interested in her. Their relationship had been falling apart for some time, leading up to the attack against Bocanegra, his new love interest.
Did she talk
He
to you
didn't even
about
want
it
to be with this
afterwards?
girl,
No,
and she
the
fought
only
some
thing
other
she
girl
said
and
is,
killed
why
her.
would you do this to me? And I told her, like, we're not, like, the love interest is gone. Everything, like, I told her this yesterday when she saw me walking with the girl.
Oh, okay.
And I stopped her. I was like, you're not gonna fight her because of what we're going through. It's not her fault, you know.
Did she message
Yes,
Ashley
she
from
did.
your
Yes,
phone,
she did, and I'm pretty sure
pretending to
Ashley
be
has-
you?
Yes.
Daniel Gonzalez shows his phone to Detective Carter, who begins reading the text messages Stevens allegedly sent.
It's deep.
There's about what happened too. Your sister kicked me in the back, got my heart and chest.
Yes, and I know she has heart problems. Like, this is like crazy to me. Like it's not like this is fresh. Like, I'm over here.
And the
cheating on
girl
this woman.
is
I'm not.
known to
Like,
have
we've
heart
been,
problems.
Like, this has been a toxic environment, and she's just been trying to figure out what to do, and I've been trying to figure out what to do, but she doesn't want nobody to leave.
Where you at? I need to see you. I'm in the bed. I want you here so bad.
Daniel Gonzalez appears genuinely concerned about Bocanegra's well-being. He willingly gives his phone to investigators and consents to a download of his messages. Then, he asks how Ashley Bocanegra is doing. It appears he hadn't arrived home yet when the detectives broke the news of her death to Stevens and Gonzalez.
Is she hurt?
Let me see it.
Like, real bad?
So
honestly, I'm not gonna make a show. I'm not gonna go and yell. I'm not gonna go call her. I just want to know.
Well, yeah, we got a call from the hospital a little while ago, and she actually passed away from.
Bro, stop playing with me,
No,
please.
seriously.
Please stop playing with me. Please stop playing with me.
Sit down,
bro. Please
sit down,
stop
sit
playing
down,
with
sit down,
me.
sit down, sit down, sit down,
Please stop playing with me.
Shh, breathe. Breathe.
Please stop playing with me, man. I can't
Breathe. Breathe.
Oh.
Look at me. Look at me. Breathe.
Always.
Daniel Gonzalez, obviously distraught, leaves the walkway and enters his apartment. Detectives follow him.
I felt the hole in my heart as soon as she left. That was crazy.
One tragic and brutal
They
murder.
beat this girl to death.
3 staggeringly different reactions from everyone inside the apartment that day. By the end of their interrogations,
And she thinks
the
it's a
women
game.
behind Ashley Bocanegra's violent death receive identical charges.
Yeah,
Robbery. Oh, no.
because you took the phone.
Robbery.
Yeah.
You took the phone. Yeah,
We took
that's
it,
robbery.
to the house.
Oh, you took it.
Yeah,
You didn't steal it.
she got her phone back.
Ah.
I told you she wasn't leaving unless we gave her back her phone. We just did it so we could call her husband, but we changed our mind.
Ah, okay.
We had her phone today. She got her phone back.
She really think this is a game.
No.
Okay, yeah, that's a robbery. The other charge is murder.
Murder?
Yep. You're being charged with murder.
Me?
Yep.
That's too
deep.
bad.
That's deep, right?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, she think it's a game.
No, what?
Everything changing now.
I barely laid hands on her. All I did was pull her hair.
Antonetta Stevens and Janine Gonzalez are both taken to the Gwinnett County Jail.
And she's
While they're
laughing.
being booked, Daniel Gonzalez is at home with his 3-year-old son.
What to do what?
That's all I want to do, even if I'm not
Okay, yes, definitely watch SpongeBob.
3 young
Crazy.
boys are now left without a mother to care for them.
Yeah.
Antonetta Stevens and Janine Gonzalez are each currently serving 20 years for voluntary manslaughter and robbery by force at Arendelle State Prison. Their maximum
20
sentence
years.
release dates are both set for August 2042.
Crazy. Crazy, man. That one was crazy. Come on, man. Like, boy. I tell you, man. They really put themselves in that position. And that girl laughed the whole time in the interrogation room. And her release date is in 2040 something. What? Oh my God. The release date is in 2040, man. I tell you. And she didn't understand that it was real until, she was very immature. Like, she didn't understand how real it was until they said, you've been charged with murder. She like, oh, that's bad. Yeah, man. And when she took the phone, they ain't understand that was a robbery. And if you get into a fight and somebody dies from the injuries, yeah. Oh, man. It crazy. Yeah. It can get crazy. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Teen survivor tells horror story. Teen video shows predator posing as 14-year-old girl. Body cam view mom and girl. Let's see what they say here.
Don't grab an officer's taser. What's wrong with you? You do not grab someone on.
Of the melee and the mother of the young boy are behind bars in relation to the gruesome death. The case began to unfold just 24 hours prior to the arrest, when police in Columbus, Ohio were dispatched to a local home on reports of a missing child. During a frantic 911 call, LaShonda Wilder reported that her 8-year-old son, Martonio Wilder, ran away from home.
Please, can I get a school here? My 8-year-old son ran away last night.
Ma'am, you said 1044 Olmsted?
Yes, please.
You said he ran away last night?
Yes, I got her. We just got her about like 5 minutes ago.
She said he ran away last night.
He's not in my house. He's not in my house, please.
Come on.
He did it before.
They going back to them calls.
You said Martonio?
Martonio, yes, it's like Rtonio. Oh my God, please. Wilder, W-I-L-D-E-R.
8-year-old, what does he look like? Is he white, black, Hispanic? What's he wearing?
He's black. He's black. I don't know what he's wearing. I think his red and black Nikes are missing. I don't know what he had on. Nobody said he
You don't have a join
They
button.
got separate rooms, so they was in different rooms. Nobody said he leave.
Yeah, I don't have a join button on there. I think
What time? When's the last time you seen him?
that was for like the
We all went
members.
to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. My back door was wide open. Oh, man.
Body cam video obtained by Law and Crime shows officers responding to Wilder's home on the afternoon of June 28th. However, Wilder's face has been blurred from the video.
So what's going on? Okay. Has he run away before? Okay, have you checked the residence thoroughly?
Much of the conversation between Wilder and the officer had been redacted, but she told the officer a similar story to the 911 call. She hadn't seen her son since before she went to bed the night before.
The missing is going to be 8 years old, male black, dark skin male black with a fade, black hair, brown eyes. He's short, about 75 pounds, break. He was last seen about 9:30, 10 o'clock last night when they went to bed. Mom got up about 11:48, noticed that the back door was open, and he's run away 3 times before. So if we can have units circulate some parks and areas around here, we're going to go ahead and search the house.
When young Martonio wasn't found hiding anywhere in the backyard, the officer asked LaShonda and her girlfriend, Jonna Lowe, if they had any clue as to where he could have ran off to.
Granddad doesn't live down there, so we have, other than the park and then the neighbor's house, where does the neighbor live that he was found at? Okay. So there's no family or friends around? No, no other family or friends. What?
I haven't seen nobody out when I walked around the house.
All right. All right. There's no forced entry to the rear door in this house.
I just want to take a quick break from this really gruesome and devastating body cam for 50% off your first month. The officer then calls it in and mentions LaShonda Wilder said the 8-year-old has run away before.
I was dispatched to 1044 Olmsted Avenue on a high-risk missing. The missing is an 8-year-old male black, and he was last seen about 9:30, 10 o'clock last night when everybody went to bed. Mom woke up this morning around, what time did she say? About 11:45, knows that, her one son was gone. The rear door on the house was open. Mom says he has done this several times before. Mom is hysterical, and son does take medicine for ADHD. Didn't notice anything suspicious. I did clear the house. Didn't notice any suspicious things inside the house. No signs of forced entry. And I got units circulating the area right now for the juvenile. He's a little unruly, and there is a caseworker. And she's like, he probably got mad because she doesn't give him what he wants. So, and then he kind of has a habit of doing it, I guess.
With no sighting of the 8-year-old, the officer takes the search door to door to ask the neighbors if they've seen Martonio.
Hello. Yes, sir. Have you seen him at all recently? No, sir. No? Thank you. You see him recently? No? All right. No, he ran away. Hey guys, how are you? I want to see you guys. See this kid? Come over here. I want to see you seen him recently.
Huh?
Missing.
Oh, it's a kid. Oh,
yeah, missing a kid. You seen him recently?
Oh, he scared me. Is that the only picture?
Yeah, that's the recent one. Have you seen him recently?
Show him.
No? Alright.
He missing from what house?
The yellow one right
How
there.
old is he?
8.
What's his age?
Yeah, so if you see him.
Let me see that picture again.
Y'all check the park? I mean, how long
we got since last night. So yeah, we got units checking parks and so.
Hey, you seen him, Ken?
You haven't seen him since this morning at all?
That look like the little boy that be over here.
He had
sometimes.
camo pants on and a black shirt, like camo sleeping pants.
So, Ken, that little boy
didn't.
been out here, ain't he?
When was that?
Yeah, he looks familiar.
You got a single parent?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure, but.
Dude, he got a green bike.
He got a green bike?
Yeah, because if he got a green bike, I know
he's not on a bike right
that's
now.
my friend.
What does he have? Cause I done seen that little boy out here.
Yeah.
Boy.
I mean, if you see a kid in camo pants, sleeping pants.
On that day, authorities would make a chilling discovery. After police searched the neighborhood, they would later issue a missing persons advisory and began a canine search of the neighborhood. Wilder and Lowe reportedly left without telling police where they were going and left with Martonio's 9- and 3-year-old siblings. When police couldn't locate LaShonda, officers obtained a search warrant for the home, and that's what led to the gruesome discovery. The body of 8-year-old Martonio Wilder was found, plus more chilling details emerged. His remains were hidden in a trash bag and sleeping bag cover inside his mother's attic. And the coroner would note a devastating finding. The young boy was found with a deep compression on his neck, and the autopsy photos would reveal more insight to the boy's devastating and gruesome death. According to WBNS, the young boy had visible bruises around his eyes, nose, and mouth, as well as lacerations and cuts on his face and back.
Crazy.
The photos reportedly showed bleeding on the brain, and his body appeared abnormally thin. The coroner's office ruled Martonio's death as a homicide. LaShonda Wilder would turn herself in the next day to authorities. Her girlfriend, Jonna Lowe, would also turn herself into police after she contacted them herself. When officers arrived to her family member's home, she immediately went with the officers.
Hi there. Got some guard dogs in there. Okay, come on out, dude. You Miss Lowe? Okay. I'm gonna put your hands behind your back, palms together like you're praying. I'm gonna detain you in handcuffs, okay? You got shoes on, dear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Step over here with me.
All right.
And you go right over here. We're actually gonna put you in here with these officers, okay?
Okay. Tell them I'm not no harm.
Yeah. She's being cooperative. Do you mind switching out cuffs with me?
Yeah, I got you.
As well just face this way.
I'm not no harm.
Copy. What was your clearance on E16 and Brooks? Copy.
There's keyholes on both sides. It's just on the bottom.
Jonna Lowe. Yeah. My girlfriend, LaShonda Wilder. I'm ready to talk to the detectives.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're not going to ask you really any questions. That'll be for the detectives, okay? Here, do me a favor, bend over at the waist. We got to get these bottom set of handcuffs off.
Like this?
Yep. And then spread your hands as much as you can. That way it's a little more comfortable for you. Yeah, the ASP handcuffs. They got keyholes on both sides. Yeah, they're nice. And they double lock just by pressing them up. Yeah. Will you do me a favor? Will you contact detectives, see if they want us to do anything with the house rather than just take her down?
Yes, sir. I call on side.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm about to not be doing anything. Just watch the house. I'll take care of it. What's that? No, it's 931. It's this one right here.
While the officer makes a call, yelling can be heard from Lowe's relative's home, as another officer's body cam video shows her relatives yelling at police to leave.
Because he's on our board, and they said he will fight every single time. He looks like he's just fighting. Oh, he is. I don't know if homicide wants us to hold his house or not. That's what I think. I think Sarge is on the phone with him right now. Here for you.
What's the problem?
Oh, they tripping. They tripping.
I'm Sergeant with Columbus Police. Okay. Hey, so here's what's going to happen, okay? We need Miss Lowe's cell phone. If somebody's okay, so what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Hey guys, I'm still talking, okay? What's going to happen is I need everybody to leave the house because we're you have to immediately exit.
What are you talking about? And my kid here, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you can go in a car. Anybody else want to know?
But as the officers tried to calm down Lowe's family members, tensions erupted.
Get off my... Get the off!
No! He ain't do nothing!
Stop! Roll over! Roll over! Roll over! Put your hands behind your back!
They caused this for nothing. They was all drunk. and caused this for nothing. It was no reason for all this. They could have listened to what the people said. They investigating a kid dying, and y'all want to fight back with the police. But people get drunk, and that's just dumb. That was just dumb. 8-year-old kid died, and y'all want to fight back. Like,
She got anything else on her? Get your hands out. Quit reaching in your pants. Get your hands out of your pants.
yeah, it's like, say no to drugs, man. Say no to drugs. Straight up. Just say no to drugs.
Let's get her in your car. Let's go.
When she sobers up, I'm sure she's going to think like, well, I was tripping.
Spread your feet,
It's crazy.
please. Ma'am, can you please spread your feet for me?
I got.
We got to make sure. Can you spread your feet for me? Can you check her, please?
She said, I'm a...
Freaking fantastic. You don't have anything on.
She ready to poop right there. Crazy.
Yep, we can't let you reach in your stuff right now. Keep your feet spread for me, dear.
No, my arms, I can't.
Okay. Hey, listen, you calm and cooperate, and I'll fix your arms.
No, I can't. My
Here.
on big girl.
Okay, here. Let me straighten her arms for a second. Let me fix these. You could be chill. We'll be chill with you.
It's hurting.
Let me fix them.
Cut this one off or something.
My keys are hard.
Release it.
Grab that.
Goddamn, release him.
Yep, here, calm down. Breathe. Here, stand up straight. Okay, here.
I can't.
You know how you sit? Keep standing up straight. Take deep breaths.
I can't.
Good. Hold still so we can fix your cuffs.
Alcohol.
Fix your cuffs, dear.
Crazy.
Wait, y'all arresting me?
Yes. Right now, you're arrested for obstruction of business, and also we'll talk about you trying to take an officer's taser off of him. That's also.
I was pushing him back.
Dear, you were grabbing onto my taser on my taser.
I wasn't yeah.
That's a felony, so we'll talk about that.
Oh,
Go ahead and take
man.
a seat, dear.
They done turned this into a felony for them, and they came for somebody else.
Get in the car. No, can you move my
Take a seat. Here, stand up. You're an adult.
I'm telling you, boy.
Hey, take a seat.
I cannot deal with people that act drunk and are drunk, and that is just so irritating to the soul.
For me, we'll get everything done for you.
Like, oh my goodness.
Hey, somebody else? Yeah,
I had a level 4.
Okay, yeah.
Crazy.
Get all them back to the sub. We'll work on the paperwork for that. What's that?
You good? Did she? I was trying to rip her hand
I just
off.
looked and she's just doing this, and I just went.
Both of her legs were like twisted around yours, and I was trying to grab her legs
Yeah.
off. This is not working.
And then you said get off that. I turned. I was like, oh, mother. He's on the board. They said he will fight every single time.
Yeah, he will. Both times I've been here, I've been.
Hi, Sarge. They're fighters. We got these two are code 3s out of it.
She's the one that called in to stick herself in, and then they flipped out.
The family when said we're clearing this out, you need to clear out. The brother's on our board because they said he will fight every time.
Just the girlfriend, right?
I believe the girlfriend. This phone came out of his pocket. I do not know where that phone came from.
Both of Lowe's relatives were detained. As for Lowe, who was in the back of the squad car when all the chaos happened, she seemingly cooperated with officers before they took her to jail.
Just to be clear, she's given us consent to take that phone. Is that correct? Yeah, this is your phone, right?
Yeah,
And you want it to go down with you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are y'all arresting my sister tonight?
They started making threats when we were talking to them, so we're detaining them, trying to get them calmed down to where we don't have to file
but somebody
charges.
said that they sure that my brother was
We'll get it figured out. We're not trying to take a bunch of people to jail. That's not what we're about. Okay. So I just want to make sure. So your phone. What happened is when we explained to him, hey, we have because we need your phone, and it sounds like you're offering to just give us the phone.
That's my phone. That's my phone.
So you're okay with us taking your phone from the residence?
Yes.
Okay, because that'll save everybody a lot of time because then we don't have to
the house off.
because they thought we were going to have to the phone. Yeah.
That's my phone.
Okay, yeah.
That
So
blue and gray was
we're fine with that. Yeah, we'll go from there. Yeah, it's consent, so we're good.
21.
Everybody else will, yeah. Okay, yeah, get all them back to the sub. We'll work on the paperwork for that. What's that? No, it's code 4. We just got the phone we needed, so we're good. Hey, with her giving us consent to take the phone, we no longer have to with the residents. Okay, we are going to have these two individuals with us for just a little bit before they make it back home, okay? As long as they cooperate, they're not going to jail.
Okay.
Okay?
Are y'all going to take the handcuffs? Because my twin got a broken collarbone.
She got a broken collarbone?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
She could die.
It's going to be a little more comfortable to have that in the front, I would imagine. We'll have them move them to the front as long as she's cooperative.
Do you want this tape, sir, or no?
No. Okay. It's code 4. We just got the phone we needed. Oh. Okay. We're going to have them back here in a little bit. They're going to be with us for a little, and then we'll be back around.
Word. It could have all been avoided. It did not have to go to that.
It's everybody's heated.
It's like, come on, man. They just wanted the phone. These people wanted to get all extra for nothing.
Yes. Yep,
Could have been straight avoided.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I'll put you on it.
Everybody back to the sub.
Jonna Loan, Martonio's mother, LaShonda Wilder, are each charged with murder, endangering children, felonious assault, tampering with evidence, and abuse of corpse in connection with Martonio's death. According to prosecutors, Lowe spoke with detectives the day after her arrest and admitted she and Wilder made up the story about Martonio running away to cover up his death. Lowe's mother, Mary Johnson, was also charged in connection to the case, as she faces a charge of obstruction of justice and is.
Yeah. Crazy, man. They killed the boy. It's like, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on, man. You never know. It's a for the mom. Let me see, hold on, what they say here.
Jackson 911 was the location of your emergency.
Hi, I would like to report a kidnapping.
Vehicle's in the middle of the pond. We're going to enter the water. That's the suspect here.
It's a rainy evening in Jacksonville, Florida, where we join officers in a high-speed pursuit of a kidnapping suspect.
Southbound on 95, about 105 miles an hour.
Said you got 7 more hours of work.
Find our suspect, get this, floating on a tire and pull her into shore. Let's continue.
Okay, so they're watching the solar sites. And they done jumped into the water to save this woman.
Police identify the suspect as 32-year-old Pamela Cabrera, the mother of the kidnapping victim, a 5-year-old child.
Yes! Hey, hands up! She's got cuffs! Cuff her! Was there a child in the car? Where was he? Where was he sitting? Front passenger seat. We couldn't see the car.
Yeah, body cam, straight waterproof.
You put her in there.
She must have got no bra on.
Okay. Sit down. Sit down. Get in there.
Pamela is secured in a patrol car while rescue efforts continue. But let's rewind to earlier that day when it all began. Police received an initial call earlier from Pamela herself. Let's listen in.
Jessica 911, what's the location of your emergency?
I don't know the exact address. I think it's, let me see, hold on. And the thing is that I need a cop to come. I think it's called. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get to the street name right now. Okay, so I have visitation rights to the court.
Mm-hmm.
And she said I need to sit down. So I need to see her. She don't want me in her house. So I said, I'm going to call the cops and they can, so I can see my daughter.
Any guilty drugs or weapons?
No.
What's your last name? A good callback number for you?
This one.
What is this one? Okay, are you there at the
Yeah, I'm right in front of the house. Still not out of school yet. She gets out of school. They haven't even went to go pick her up yet. But I'm here because they're gonna go pick her up now.
Okay.
And I just need the cops to be here so they can solve the. Because she don't want me to be here, but I came because I got the visitation right.
Okay, I'll have officer out there to you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
You're welcome.
A short time later, an officer arrives at the home and talks with Pamela.
Okay, so there's no court orders for any kind of custody orders or anything listed in Duval County under your name or under her name.
So what does that mean?
It means that if I don't have any paperwork, there's nothing I can do anyway. Okay, so, and they're not even here. So what is it you wanted me to do? And
They said that you guys can make that happen. Me have the court order.
but they're not even here. But you don't have a court order. And if you do have it, you don't have it here that I can see it. So I can't pull it up in the system because it's not a Duval court order. So do you live in Lake City still?
No,
Where do you live now?
I live here
Where?
in a shelter.
Okay. So the paperwork that you do have for your court order is where? Is it at the shelter?
No, the case manager has that.
And the case manager is in Duval?
No, she's in Tampa.
She's in Tampa. Was the paperwork filed when you were in Tampa?
I think so.
Okay, so Hillsborough County has it.
Yeah, they probably have.
So you know what I mean? I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to help you. But I don't know what I can do for you since they're not even here.
Okay.
Okay? So if she comes anytime soon, just call back and we'll come back, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right.
Pamela reveals that she's homeless, but says she was granted visitation rights of her 5-year-old child. With the child and her guardian apparently not home, the officer leaves. But it isn't long until police are called back to this home.
She has temporary custody.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, let me talk to her and let's see what she wants to agree
All
with.
I want to do
Okay.
is visit her. Like, spend 5 minutes.
Okay. I'll talk to her.
So,
I'm looking for
how
her.
you doing?
I'm looking for her custody
Okay.
paperwork.
I was gonna say, she says she doesn't have custody paperwork. She says she just wants to get her for a brief time. But if she doesn't have custody paperwork, there's no way I can enforce that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. She doesn't have.
Yeah, let me get your phone.
Yeah, get my phone. It's in my phone. She's not allowed to have unsupervised visits with her.
Okay.
She's only allowed to have supervised visits. And I told her that she wasn't allowed to come to my house. You cannot come in the house, Pam.
I'm not trying to. Look,
So then what we doing?
I just want to.
Hold on,
But I
hold on,
pulled
hold on.
up.
Let's not.
I just want to see. I just want to see her, hug her.
Let's not increase
5
this.
minutes with her, but y'all making it a problem, baby. Come here, little boy. I love you, baby.
So what's the, if you don't mind me asking, what's the history of it?
She has she lost custody because she didn't get her mental health checked out. She was homeless until they gave me custody until she was supposed to get herself together. When she got herself together, they were gonna give her back custody, but that just never happened. She ended up in jail, things like that. Yeah, so, but she does have to leave, right?
Yes.
She can't just be parked outside
No,
her
I
house.
agree.
Okay.
I agree. Well, she can be on the road, technically.
Right.
She can be on the road, but
But right.
we'll get to that when we cross that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna talk to her. All right. Her paperwork. Okay. It's up to date and valid. All right. It says that she is the sole parent of the child. There is nothing in there that says that she has the right to give you the child currently. It doesn't say that. Okay. If you had paperwork right now, if you gave me some paperwork and said, "Hey, you were allowed to see this child," then okay, cool. We get the child to you, okay? But I can't just give you the child, okay? It don't work like that.
I'm saying, but if I don't have the paperwork, but if I could get something that says I can visit her.
If you had paperwork signed by the judge and signed by the caregiver in the courts,
No, I don't. If you could get it on a picture or something, but that would.
no, it doesn't work like that. No, I can't just do that, okay? I'm sorry.
So I'm on.
Right now, yes, ma'am, until you can get some paperwork that tells me that you have access to the child currently for visitation, then yes, I would gladly let her know that.
So you don't have to do all that. I'm gonna try to call again. Call to see if she wanna let me see her.
Yeah.
You talk calling this.
That's what it looks
lady.
like.
She already said no twice.
Yes, it does. Because she done kidnapped and killed their own daughter.
Okay, well, she doesn't want that, okay?
Crazy.
You understand?
I really don't understand why she don't want that.
Okay.
But I don't want to get chastised.
Well, at this
If
point,
I get
at this point, you're about to be trespassed, okay? I need you to leave. Okay? She's been kind enough to have me out here and ask you to leave, okay? She didn't tell me that she wanted you trespassed from the property. But if she did, I would be trespassing you immediately, so I'm giving you a chance to leave.
And it's crazy. The kid, though.
Thank you, Mel.
The officer informs the child's guardian, later identified as Pamela's sister, that Pamela agreed to leave. That's when we learn this isn't the first they've seen of her today.
Yeah, no problem. I can't. And like I was saying earlier, she can be in the road.
Right.
I can be in the road. I can stand outside your house all day. You know,
Okay.
It's weird, but okay. If she comes in your yard and she's constantly coming through by your house,
Right.
that's a problem.
Okay. Right, because earlier she was just trying to get to her room.
Yeah, she was like walking around in the yard. So that's not right. Yeah. It's not normal. It's not right. If she comes back here again, give me a call. Okay.
All right.
Okay, and I will trespass her.
Just a few hours later, a frantic 911 call.
Jackson 911 was the location of your emergency.
Hi, I would like to report a kidnapping.
Where are you at?
Wow.
I am in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, are you the one that was kidnapped? Who was kidnapped?
They came and took her, and she just sped off in the car with her.
She has no custody at all.
She has zero custody. I have all the paperwork. We literally just had the cops come today because she was in my house trying to, she was here at my house trying to take her, and we said no, and she took her anyways.
Do you know what kind of vehicle she was in?
Yeah, she's in a gold Nissan Murano. I have the license plate number.
How long ago did they leave?
She just left. She just sped off, like, right now.
All right. And is she supposed to be around?
No, she's not supposed to have, she's allowed to have visitation, but only supervised. So I was standing right there with her, my newborn.
I don't know how she got the kid in the house. I'm trying to.
Okay.
It's crazy.
So technically, like, because I was standing right there, it was fine. But she just put her in the car and sped off.
So she let her see the kid and took the car. And took the
I don't know if she had
kid.
any weapons, and I don't think she's on any drugs, but she is pregnant. I don't know if that matters. She's, I think, like 4 months pregnant.
Crazy. And she's 4 months pregnant.
Where are we gonna go? I don't know where she went. I don't know anything. She just took off.
Okay. We've got officers coming to you as fast as I can.
Pamela reportedly led officers on a 30-mile chase before crashing into that
Whoa.
retention pond. Back at the scene, multiple officers are working to save the child.
Crazy.
Transport one. Can you still see the car? Where are the firefighters in relation to that? This is going to be an officer. I cannot see the car. I can see where the switch is starting. They need to go a little bit further northbound. Going towards IV. Going towards where the car enters the water. They need to go about another 10 feet.
Hey, 10 feet that way! 10 feet this way! North! Yeah! 10 feet! Hey, Chip! Can we put the aerial up for some light? Are they on it? Are they on it?
Keep moving north. The furthest guy out is almost right on top of it.
Right there! Right there! Right there! Hold! Further down! Hey, out where he is! Out where he is! Yeah! Yes!
150 to any available AFRD personnel. Anybody y'all can come here. 25 down to AFRD and check out for these officers. Therefore, the furthest guy out has gone too far towards you. He needs to go back a little bit and further out.
Rules are floating further this way.
Doesn't have a Reverend dive team. They said they're trying to get everyone together, but it's possibly going to be an hour ETA.
Well, we're still in a time frame where we might be able to get up.
Yeah. When he extends the aerial, get somebody on the tip looking down.
On the aerial.
Lights.
That's what he's doing.
Despite the efforts of first responders, the 5-year-old was tragically killed in the incident. A dive team later recovered the young girl's body in the vehicle from the water. We rejoined Pamela in the back of a patrol car, where she seems to already know the outcome.
Mira, yo sin saber. You have
My camera's facing her, sir.
necesitas que te llame los paramédicos.
Medics arrive to tend to Pamela when she changes her tune.
Quítame eso. Can you take that shit off of me?
This?
Yeah. I don't need that.
You're gonna get cold, okay?
Okay.
We're just trying to give you a little decency, alright? Pull up for later.
Give my daughter some decency. Your mother, you
Oh, she's certified.
you.
Certified. You could have left your daughter alone. You wouldn't pick your daughter up to kill her. That's crazy. That is so crazy, man. That's crazy.
An arrest report states Pamela spit blood at an emergency medic, earning her another charge. Let's continue.
I love you. I love you, baby. God. You God. Everything.
Certified lunatic, man.
Like this.
Crazy.
Why did I come out of there? How did I come out of there?
She wanted to die
I'm
too.
saying you better be with in heaven because my baby is gone.
Yeah, she's a certified lunatic.
They're gonna give me shots. Maybe that should put my ass to sleep forever. I'll take a shot, a punch, a wheelchair. I'll tape everything up and drown myself too, baby. Because I know how to survive.
She wanted to kill them both.
Pamela was charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child, vehicular homicide, battery on a law enforcement officer, battery on an emergency medical care provider, and aggravated fleeing or eluding causing death. She later pleaded guilty to aggravated manslaughter of a child and aggravated fleeing or eluding causing death. She remains in custody awaiting sentencing. Meanwhile, the Cabrera family has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Pamela and several other community services alleging negligence. Both cases remain open.
You alright?
Did they find my baby?
I don't know, I'm over here with you. Are you alright?
Jackson, I.
Yeah, that's deep, man. Ah, man, you never know what people are going through, man. You never know. And in these situations, they were really going through some life-changing things, man. But that is all for tonight. And I appreciate you for watching. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's your boy DZ. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Man.